Hello, 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 hello. Welcome back. My name is Asherah. And I'm literally recording this because I'm literally recording my life experiences as I'm going through a spiritual ascension. And, this basic research is to, well, not basic because it's really not basic, but basically I am researching dissociative identity disorders, and that is because I believe myself to have multiple identities, and psychosis because I also hear voices in my head, and I'm comparing that to spiritual expansion. Okay, I'm very much using the esoteric community to support some of this ideology that I have. Yes, princess.
It's got a plait in it that comes round, and I'm gonna curl it.
Okay, cute.
Yeah.
I've just got back from picking up my daughter, and I was doing a video before this one. But this video is going to be a little bit different because, as I said, I was supposed to come on to actually share this video behind me of an esoteric reading. I just want to timestamp, and it is. Take my fingerprints off it. It's Monday, the 5th of January 2026, and it's 5:46 p.m. And I haven't listened to the whole of this reading, but I just listened to like the first couple of minutes of it. And basically what she was saying was that I don't know what the fuck, but your spiritual team, they don't fuck. Bab, that's all I need to hear, because I know this reading is linked, because my spiritual team don't fuck. My ancestors don't fuck. The divine, they don't play about me. They don't play about me. And right about now, there's a lot of people getting fucked up that have tried to fuck me up over the years. Yeah? There is spiritual warfare going on, and the devil has been Mr. Smithing certain family members, certain friends, certain people that are close to me to try and get to me, to knock me off my divine plan because I'm on mission for the Almighty. All right. So again, this could sound like mental health to some people, because some people, not everybody is part of the bigger picture. And then for people that are aware of the bigger picture, they're going to be like, fucking hell, you too. Me too. So anyway, this reader, I don't know her nowhere. I've probably seen her a couple of times, and that's really recently, I would say. So probably end of December. But I think she's okay still. Her name is Conscious Tea Queen. Okay, so it's about the conscious community, the woke community, the esoteric community, the tarot community, the divination community. And this reading is gone. This is very intense. Someone's team is not playing. But the thing is, it says 2 months ago. I don't really watch readings from 2 months ago. I usually watch readings within 24 hours of them being uploaded. So I'm very much in the present, even though a reading can be past, present, or future, because there is no definitive timeline anymore. It's like since the COVID situation, past, present, and future has become irrelevant. They're all blended into one. Any one of those planes can be reached at any time. And because I'm someone who jumps timelines constantly, and because I have multiple personalities on different timelines too, I jump around a lot. But I just want to kind of play this reading, and then we'll get into it, probably based on what she said or what spirit wants to come through with. Okay.
Message is so intense. Like, it was freaking scary. And I'm so serious. Like, super scary. All right. Yo, the song that I channeled today. Listen, the song that I channeled today. Somebody ancestors is on. It's like it's like, yo, I don't even know who you are. Okay. This is gonna possibly, some of the part of this message is gonna be for you. Some of it possibly won't, but you'll know, okay? Because somebody could be having something happen in real time or some shit. But the energy, okay, is these spiritual streets ain't no, listen, these spiritual streets ain't no game, okay?
No game.
Like, shit is popping off.
Shit's popping off in the astral.
Like, people are going through different warfare in some type of way, whether it's in their own life or whatever. But the energy is not to be played with right now. Whoever you are, your ancestors or your spirits that work with you, they are not as forgiving as you are. Okay, they are not as forgiving as you are. Some of you,
mine ain't come out of hell. Don't get it twisted, you know. Don't get it twisted.
Like, that's and this is what that is. I usually these messages.
Hell, you know, hell.
It's fucking scary. It's like, I say, like, yo, the song that came to me, Yo, when I tell you, it was literally, I saw physical representation of this song out and about. Like, I saw dead birds. Like, it's not a game, okay? Like, some of your ancestors are coming for blood. And it's not even a joke, and I'm not even trying to, like, yo, I almost didn't even make this video, but it's a message that's coming out, okay? And it's in the ethers, okay? It's in the ethers, okay? The song. I want their heads. I want their heads. Like,
Off with their
I
heads.
want them screaming
That's all I
sometimes.
keep
want
hearing.
them-
Off with their heads. Like Queen of Hearts.
Can't compete
Off with their
them.
head.
I'm not the one.
Yo, off with their blood clot head.
They put their hair up in a bun.
I am the one. Come fuck with me. I am the one. I am the one.
These hoes like
I am the one.
Like, yo. Enemies they begging for their life. You play with me, won't make it through the night.
That's how it feels right now, you know. It feels like tumbleweeds
No.
going on around here. It feels like no monetary spirits
You don't
allowed.
understand. There are just certain things you cannot do. It's like in the spiritual realm, there are universal laws, okay? There are universal laws that...
There's laws, but not only that. You see, this week, my phone has been ringing off. It's like people from the dead are calling me. My ex-husband has called me on the 25th of December. On the 25th. On the 27th, my father, you know, calls out the blue, is in hospital, he's had a stroke. I don't answer the phone, but my sisters and them have been sending messages to my kids telling me about my dad. What are you telling me about? I don't know you people. I ain't chat to you people, you know, from at least 2021. Fair enough, I spoke to my dad in 2024 when I was in the hospital because my nan, his mother, who is dead, who is going on with bitch right now, told me to phone him and tell him to get his blood clot to the hospital. And I phoned him and I told him, get your blood clot to the hospital. Your mother wants to speak to you. Your mother's telling me that she's going to burn this bomber clot hospital down and I'm the only one getting out of here alive. What's going on? I don't want to continue. I want to know why you're in here mashing up my vibe. Seriously, go and take it with you. Yeah, I'm going to continue. Come mash up my mic. Come squeeze me and mash up my camera. Listen. Pick me, you know. Yeah, so they're phoning me, telling me my dad. I know, my nan is telling me that my dad is fucked, so you don't need to phone me to tell me that my dad's had a stroke. I'm expecting these things, but I don't need you to tell me what's going on. I already see what's going on, thanks. So that happened on the 27th of December. Then on the 1st of January, my daughter tells me that my ex-husband's father dead, the Freemason. So imagine, ex-husband phones on the 25th, my dad has a stroke and phones me on the 27th. The ex-husband's father passed away on the 1st of January. By the 2nd of January, a demon man, I spoke about it in the other video that I worked with a pastor in to manage a school, and I seen one demon shapeshift out of him. And he's been going on with his fuckery. In 2024, before I went into the madhouse, my man's up there chatting blood clot shit. He's in the 4th celestial year, so he's not dead, but he's astral projected. Him and some other people are up there chatting blood clot shit to me. Yeah? Now he's phoning me. Why are you phoning me? The last time I spoke to him, I phoned him from the madhouse to make my man know, yo, I'm good blood. Whatever you thought you sent my way, yeah, that ain't the case, yeah, because guess what? I'm fucking good. Yeah? Now all of a sudden my man wants to reach out because they're all on fire. So that's on the 2nd. On the 3rd, my ex-husband's cousin, I ain't spoke to her since probably before fucking COVID. She's phoning me. I put the phone down on her the next day on the 3rd. She's ringing back again. I put the phone. Listen, don't phone my blood clot phone. These people are mad blood. Now you want to be phoning my phone because you're starting to feel it, baby. Nothing ain't started yet. You see that evening when something come in my house and tried to lick me blood clot down, and I'm saying to my ancestors, well, go on, because obviously I'm protected. And my ancestors are making me no. At the end of the day, for judgment to fall, the crime has to be committed. You understand? So that had to allow And as far as I'm concerned, ex-husband and my dad, you know. Yeah, because what I saw in 2024, particularly out there on the field by my house with the jewel between them, was next fucking level, as well as everything else that went down around that time. So my dad is like, say, he's astral projected, the entity or the demon within him is now in my son in this yard, and he's beating me up and punching me up in this fucking house. Even when I'm at the hospital, this boy is slamming me down in the blood clot bed, and the hospital nurses are doing fuck all about it. Like I said, when I get into it, I'll get into it, yeah. But I'm just saying that these are my lived experiences. So these people have gone on a blood clot way with me, yeah. But it's been allowed to happen, and like I said, I know that it's happening for me, not to me. So it's not a case of, oh, boo hoo hoo, poor me. No, sit down, man. The ancestors said, let them. Sometimes you just have to let them. You know what I'm saying? And don't worry about it. Let go of the ego to want to fight back. Let go of the ego to want to defend yourself. Because I'm telling you, I cannot defend myself to the extent that the Almighty can't defend me. And I can't issue revenge and punishment at the extent that the Almighty can issue revenge and punishment. My revenge and punishment would be nothing. So step back. I have to leave my ego behind and step back. Step back from court proceedings. They want to take my children from me, my two youngest children, and give them to my ex-husband who's got a heart problem, who's in his 50s, who's broke down and mashed down. He never looked back no kids his whole blood clot life. And you want to take my children from me. Almighty said, they're not taking my children from you. Do you understand me? I'm putting my children there, and I'm going to get you doing this, that, and the other. And that's what happened. I've been running up and down in different countries, doing whatever, because I've been on mission, like I said, for the Almighty. While my children have been with my ex-husband. Not for long, though. You know what I mean? But long enough for the Almighty and me to be able to do the Almighty's wishes. But can you imagine these people want to hurt me by taking my children because they know how much I love my children? So they want to deal with me in a they got nothing on me, bab. Social services coming on their inspections, CAFCAS coming and done their children solicitors, school, everything. What they got nothing on me. They've got no legal right to have my children right now, other than it's the divine plan. You understand? I'm innocent, but I don't have to protest my innocence. I don't have to fight my own battles. I don't need to do that. That's not my job. That's the Almighty's job. I just need to sit down and allow the Almighty and my spirit team to do what they're doing. And I just eat that. Yeah? Drop the mic.
Spirits know better than us, okay?
They know
and
better.
Even the most primordial
they know
spirits
better.
Won't mess around and break universal laws. So if you, as a person, thinking you finna just cross certain things and do things that you think you can just do without consequence.
Without consequences?
On a real bad lesson.
You have no idea.
It's not a game.
You have no idea.
It's not a game.
You have no blood clot idea.
Like,
I'm not to be played with. Not to be blood clot played with.
And it's like they're not playing. They're not playing. They're tired of the shenanigans that's coming through. Like somebody's ancestors is about that life. Somebody whose ancestry, even it's like they spirits, their ancestors, their spirit team. Like there's some people who got certain things on their spirit team that are ruthless and they don't forgive like you do.
I got big people on my team, blood. 2024, you know who was in here? Dr. Malachi York was in here, guiding. I had fucking Orion, you know, the star constellation man outside with his bow and blood clot arrow. Try hard, no. Enoch and Metatron. Yo, these niggas don't play, blood. These niggas don't play. But you don't just get them just like that. Like I said, it's like a video game. You have to go through certain levels and certain levels, and you have to be willing to do certain things. And I've had to walk down the valley of the shadow of death in the 3D and in the 4D and in the 5D and on many planes with self. And the biggest shadow of all was the inner shadow, the inner self. And I've had to turn inwards and face some of the biggest, mightiest demons within me. And not just this lifetime, because that's simple, realistically. But past lifetimes too. Yo, it ain't been a joke. It's not been a walk in the park at all.
It's too late to apologize. You may get a notification as you're watching this, okay? That's how you may know this is for you. But Oh, I'm telling you, did you hear the bells, the whistles? Like, this is not a game. Like, you play with me, won't make it through the night. Some people is gonna be either dealing with some type of.
Not only are people going to be extinct, the Almighty showed me from 2022, yeah, that they're going to be, is annihilated the right word, Spirit? Because I heard annihilated. What does annihilated mean? I'll wait for chat to wake up. Come on. Oh, you come. You come on. Hello. Bloody hell. Oh, hello, Val.
Hello, it's great to hear from you. What's on your mind today?
What does the word annihilated mean?
Annihilated means completely destroyed or wiped out. It's often used to describe something that's been utterly ruined or defeated, leaving nothing behind.
I guess that's the word. I guess that's the right word. Annihilated. Because Spirit showed me in 2022 that when they're gone this lifetime, they are no more. But not only are they no more, as in they don't reincarnate back, they are destroyed. But not only that, everything, their whole footprint of what was before them is annihilated. They're destroyed. They're like taken from history. There's like no record of them ever existing. And it's not just them, it's their lineage before them. Does that make sense? So all their ancestors, say my ex-husband now, when not just him, but his father, his father's father, his father's father. You understand me? Like it's the whole lineage wiped. So when the ancestors are jumping up in the background, no, don't do it. And they're trying to give them warnings, and they don't want to hear the warnings because they think they're big vulture and they've got demons running up inside of them, giving them false confidence because the demons know that they're selling out their blood clot soul. Yeah, and as far as the demons know, that's one more for the blood clot books because that's all these demons are interested in. That's all the devil really interested in, capturing souls so you can't go back to God because he's fucking jealous. The devil wants nothing else but to be by God's side. The devil already knows. The devil wants to repent, but the devil, like I said, it's all ego and everything. This is what I've come to understand, okay? And if you go on certain human sites, I can't even give out the sites actually because I'll be giving away some of my intellectual property and I'm not ready to do that. But once I start to share certain things about sovereign law and how to kind of disassociate yourself from normal society. So it's the straw man concept. And once you start digging into the straw man concept and start to understand divine law and canon law and the relationship between God and the so-called devil, or let's just say good and evil, you know what I'm saying? Then you kind of understand what these mechanisms are and what the actual overall plan is and what the agreement is. People think that the God and devil are in loggerheads, and don't get me wrong, there's a war in terms of a competition, but don't think that them guys don't have conversations because I've heard conversations, you know what I'm saying, and I've had conversations with an entity that has led me to believe that he is what we would call the devil. You know what I'm saying? And it weren't no negative conversation or anything like that. Basically, the devil was saying to me that he don't understand why he gets the blame. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, what the devil was saying to me is that he can whisper in someone's ear. Yeah, because that's what they do. They're whisperers. But that don't mean you have to listen. You don't have to listen to the devil. You don't have to listen to that negative thought. If you listen to the negative thought, that's on you because at the end of the day, you have will. If a negative thought comes to me, I'm like, fuck off. Who are you? I have to check a thought. Even today, after everything that I've done and everything that I've worked on and the years I've been grinding to work on myself, even today, if a thought comes in, I still have to check that thought. If an emotion comes in, I still have to check that emotion, because things are constantly being sent. These demons and everything live on a dimension that is part of our dimension, but they're just not seen. But they're still whispering and fucking trying to convince you of things so that they can take over you, so that you can sell out from the Almighty. Yeah? And the devil's like, why am I getting the blame? I might whisper, but everybody has free will. And that's what I'm trying to say. You cannot blame the devil. Nobody can blame the devil for doing an evil deed. One has to be accountable for oneself. And that's what the devil was explaining to me. That you don't understand why everybody's on the devil's case when everyone's got free will. And it's fucking true. Think about it. You got free fucking will. How can it be the devil's fault? It's your fault, blood. It's your fault. You want to take on an evil thought and don't check it. You want to take on an evil thought and make it yours. You want to be bad-minded and grudgeful about somebody else and don't want to fucking take out the plank of wood out your own eye first. That's on you, blood. That's on you. Accountability. Anyway.
Spiritual death or physical unalignment. And that,
annihilation.
It's crazy.
Annihilation. Never again. Never to exist again.
It is not a game. Like, you can't kill every freaking body. Even the most primordial energies know not to play with universal laws. Okay? There are some people who are actually on their divine path. And you can't come in and interrupt that.
No.
Okay? Like, some of the strongest protection is one where someone is walking in their divine purpose. This could be lovers for some people.
But you know what the joke is? I'm one of those people walking in my divine purpose. Like I said, every day is a mission for the Almighty. Like, don't get me wrong. I have had a few days off in terms of having to really go out there, because obviously my shamanic teacher, she was just like, nah. I need to talk to your ancestors and your higher self, because they're killing it, blood. You're a human being. Right now, you're a human in a human body. And they've got you doing this and got you doing that. She's like, no. And I'm like, but differently, Stacey, this is what my ancestors are saying. And when I told her what my ancestors said, she was like, okay, I get it. I get it and I respect it, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it is a lot. And I said, I get it, but it's not forever. You know what I'm saying? And then obviously I've had this little break. But while I'm on my divine path, people think I'm an idiot. Because I'm really happy-go-lucky and I smile a lot and I giggle a lot and I like to keep it cute. You know, do you get what I'm trying to say? They look at me like I'm some easy target, but that's what divine plan was. To put me in there like blood clot bait. But this sounds so horrible, you know, but white people back in the days in Africa, when in order to catch crocodiles, not in Africa but in England, America, I should say, because there ain't no crocodiles in England. You can read this up in it. They used to use black babies to catch a crocodile, so black babies were used as bait for crocodiles. Yeah. So imagine I look like a cute little black baby in the midst of these blood clot crocodiles. But what they don't seem to understand is that I'm not a little cute little black baby. I'm a fucking blood clot warrior. And what you see on the surface is not what's underneath. So they come at me and they come at me to get me. They come at me to bite me because I look like cute bait. I look like baby bait. I look like butter wouldn't melt. Don't get a blood clot twisted. I'm a fucking demon. As much as I am light, I am aware of my darkness. And I ain't afraid to let that bitch rip, blood. Yeah, when my mouth gets started, everybody shut up. Blood clot, shut up. Mom, dad, granddad. I've cussed out my mother on the phone, yeah, and told her about her blood clot cell, and spirit has just come through and ripped it on her. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, you're talking to your mum like that, you're talking to me. But it ain't me talking to my mum like that. The me knows my place. I am a pitney and that's my mother. But you see when spirit comes through, spirit don't blood clot business. Spirit will run off everything, blood. There's nothing left for you to say. There's nothing but tumbleweed going past. Shut your blood clot mouth. I told my father 2020 before I stopped chat to him. I was in the other room there and I said, listen here, rude boy. His mother come through and said, you see when time come, you see if you dip on the wrong blood clot boat, you say wanna go blood clot, go down and look there now, daddy. Look there now, which boat you dip on. about stroke. You not get licked down yet. You not get licked down blood clot yet.
This could be ex-people playing games, thinking they can just do things to you without consequence. It's not a game. Like, this could have been real karmic lovers, people who cause imbalance to you in some type of way. Okay? Ooh. Oh, we got the dark feather here. Look at this. Look at this card. You see what I'm saying?
Have you ever wondered what life would be like with a little extra?
People be playing and they don't know what they're playing with. I'm not a nice person. I'm not a blood clot nice person. In fact, if you understand what the word nice means, you wouldn't claim to be nice either. You get what I'm saying? But I'm not no sweet person and I'm not no innocent person. Yeah, I'm cute and I'm nice as pie and I'll do anything for anybody. But I have two sides to me. Just like everybody does. I have two sides to me. And anybody who thinks they're all love and light, don't trust them people. Because nobody is love and light. We're two equal sides. You're masculine and you're feminine. You're light and you're dark. You can't deny one without appreciating the other. I don't pretend. I know who I am. I've spent this time knowing who I am. I've had to go into the deepest, darkest depths of myself and face myself head on. You know what I'm saying? And understand that I have the devil in me as well as I have the divine in me. And the thing is, the beauty of it is that knowing that that's who I am. And knowing that because that's who I am, I get the choice to choose. I get to choose which energy I want to spend time in. I get to choose which energy I want to put forward. And I get to own that. I get to own that without judgment. I get to own that without having to pretend to be something that I'm blood clot. Now, I'm not pretending blood. I'm not pretending for no blood clot, nobody. You think I'm on here for the love? You think I'm on here for the blood clot likes? I'm not on here for none of that blood. I'm on here to chat my blood clot story and put people in blood clot check. Because from day one, people thought this was fucking checkers. I have to tell pussios, this ain't fucking checkers, nigga. This is chest. Step up, blood. Play or get the fuck off the chess board, cause this ain't checkers. Some fucking joke thing, blood.
And they will go to war. They want heads. Ooh, people is about to be defeated in the spirit. Like
next level, blood.
Yo, I'm seeing notifications. Somebody's definitely gonna get a notification. Because this energy is so real. Something's happening.
I can tell the energy is real because I can just feel it roaring from me. I'm like, oh my god. But I can feel it in my chest, blood. Like I'm ready for blood clot war. I'm like, whoa, calm down. Come true, man. And you know what the joke is? Let me tell you the joke, yeah. I'm on this ayahuasca diet at the moment because I'm preparing to take the grandmother medicine. So I'm just on natural teas and fruits and fucking nuts and fucking berries, yeah. And after a certain time, no TV. I'm just reading. I'm meditating, yeah. So the whole vibe is different. So I'm not in any of that toxic energy. I'm not in any of that. When I say toxic, like I'm not in that. Like usually I got a cigarette. I've got a can of Heineken. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm in my element. But right about now, I'm detoxing. So the energy that's coming through. Because usually I think, oh, maybe I'm in that energy because of how the food, the drink, the whatever. But I can feel that now that I've been on this diet for over a week too, and I've still got several weeks to go with it. But I can already feel that it's got nothing to do with the intake. It's got nothing to do with if I smoke a cigarette or not. It's got nothing to do if I drink a Heineken. It just is what it is. Does that make sense? If the energy is strong and in a I won't even call it a lower vibration, because to be honest, to be a lower vibration, I would have to feel lowered inside. So you can display anger without actually feeling anger inside. You know what I mean? So the outwards projection doesn't necessarily represent the inside projection, but it can. There's certain times when you can be angry and frustrated and your whole body will heat up. And you will have an emotional, a physical reaction to what you're feeling. I'm not in that zone. I can get revved up, and verbally it seems like I'm so angry and I'm so this, but inside I'm just calm and just on one vibration. And that's that's mastery. It's about being in control of one's energy and one's emotion, knowing that there's something that's being displayed, but actually you feel the completely opposite, because it's about the intention behind the action. And if it's coming from, if you're displaying anger from anger, that is different from displaying anger from a place of stillness but still wanting to put a point across. And you don't always have to put a point across in anger, but if you're dealing with something that's fiery, you might have to use that same fire back at them. Because there's, you know what I'm saying? Because this is what the argument was with Stacey on the phone, my practitioner. And my ancestors said, no, Stacey, you can deal with things with love and light. That's fine. But there's some things that come with fire energy, and you have to deal with it with fire. You know what I'm saying? Not everything can be dealt with love and light. Sometimes you literally do have to go fire with fire. And my ancestors have no problem going fire with fire. And they have no problem going love with fire. And they have no problem going love with love. Whatever is required, they will adapt and give and match whatever it is. Simple. You can't ask for nothing more than that.
People work with darker entities or energies, and I feel like some people don't realize that there are people who have a spirit team that's also a little mixture of both. This is where these people are about to be. This is where they are.
Yeah.
They don't wrap themselves in something that they are not going to be able to get.
They're not getting out. They're going to see them
because
going mad blood.
They lack knowledge.
You're going to see them lose their blood clot mind. You're going to see entities running up and down in them.
That can't be broken. And oh gosh,
these people fucked with the right one though.
Listen,
they fucked with the right one. Even the demons controlling them fucked with the right one.
It's like a lot of people have broken your heart. People try to bring misfortune to you in some type of way, but what's happening is you are still going to get good news. You're still going to have opportunities sprout for you regardless of what's happening. Okay? Like, opportunities is going to come for you. Somebody is a phoenix risen from the ashes because there's a phoenix on the shoulder of this, and someone also could be a fire sign, Aries, or a Sagittarius.
Listen,
sign, Gemini.
I feel like I gotta go get my phoenix from downstairs to show you. Let me go get my phoenix. Give me 1 minute. 2021, yeah. I was lying on my bed in my other house, going through some type of ascension with my ancestors. And after this ascension and everything that happened, and in my body and out my body and whatever, when I sat on the bed, this phoenix burst out my chest. I seen this fire fucking bird come out my chest in the bedroom, lit up the whole place. Fire and everything, breathing and whatever. And I'm on the bed, you know, doing the same actions as it. Like I'm literally like, like I'm doing that. I feel so embarrassed to say it's not fair, spirit. But I'm doing all these bird sounds and noises and whatever and blah 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 blah. It was crazy, man. It was crazy, but it was beautiful and it was phenomenal at the same time. Anyway, like I said, I made this. So basically it was white, and I did, you know, this hard stuff on it. I did it all in white. So it was white for about 2 years. And then literally after 2 years, so was it 2022? Yeah. So it wasn't. It was 2021. So in 2023, I finally put colour on it. I still haven't finished it, you know. It's not ready to be finished just yet. You know what I'm saying? But that was a representation of what I saw that come out of me. You know, so all of this is you see, like it's like a 3D. It's hard. But I did it all in white first with adhesive. And then I started to paint it. But like I said, it's not finished yet because we ain't finished it yet because there's still more of it to come. You know, but honestly, like this phoenix just fucking burst out my chest and told me it was my avatar animal. And then from there, I've had other animal avatars. So I've got a mermaid avatar who's golden. She's so beautiful. I've got some kind of armadillo predator animal that I've never seen before in my life. It's like galactic. I've got a flamingo. The flamingo's got an American accent, imagine. Why on it? I say, but these are serious, you know, like these are spirit animals. We've all got these spirit animals connected to us, believe it or not. We really do. No bullshit. No fucking bullshit, because guess what? I'm just a girl from the hood. You know what I'm saying? I didn't grow up walking barefoot around the fucking forest or nothing like that. And I didn't grow up around parents and magic mushrooms. I grew up on parents and marijuana, don't get me wrong, but I didn't grow up with parents and magic mushrooms or hippies, you know, to say that this was part of my childhood, because it really wasn't. It really wasn't. But I tell you what was part of my childhood: spirit. They guided me every step of the blood clot way. They never ever let me go. They never let me go, and they never let me down. Not once. They've been my parents, because like I said, my parents, you know, they weren't parenting. My dad was non-existent for most of my childhood. I didn't actually start to form a relationship with him until I was like 14. And yeah, my mum, you know, don't get me wrong, she there were certain things that she enforced, like a clean house, a tidy house. I was cooking and cleaning from 9, and I'm glad I was, to be fair, because it's enabled me to be the type of mom, wife and woman that I am today, that I can keep house. You know, I know how to raise children. I know what to do. I know what's right. I know what's not wrong. I'm not perfect, don't get me wrong, but I definitely wake up every day and try my best. You know, my best is your best, but it's called Bez, yeah? With spirit, we say Bez. So I get up every day and I definitely try my best. And those things are from my upbringing, you know, because my mum was very clean house, OCD, nice house. We always had the nicest house on the road, you know what I mean, where we lived. My mum, you know, she was very much about that life. But in terms of like reading, homework and stuff like that, not so much. But you know, we do what we do as parents, and we don't always get it right. It is what it is. But the avatar thing is definitely real. There's definitely avatar. There's definitely spirits connected. There's definitely other realms and other entities walking amongst us, rightly or wrongly. It's real. It's really real.
We were on a freaking Aquarius. Queen of Wands. Someone is very much connected to sunflowers. I'm also getting Oshun energy, but someone's very protected.
Oshun and sunflowers, you know. So imagine, my granddad protects me through sunflowers. So I have sunflowers in my room. I've got a whole vase of sunflowers over there. And my nan is Roses, because my nan's name is Rose. So I have roses on me, and that says English rose. But my granddad, when my granddad died, I put sunflowers on his grave. And if I go there, I always mark it with sunflowers, because that's what he showed me. You know what I'm saying? So sunflowers is my granddad. And Oshun is an Orisha deity, and she's represented by the colour yellow. So I have a lot of yellow, like my books and that are yellow, my suitcase yellow, even my towel that I made with yellow, you know what I'm saying? So I do use a lot of Oshun energy. Beyonce does too, but Beyonce rapes her off, man. You know, Beyonce rapes off Oshun energy. If you know, you know, but it is what it is.
Their spirits do not play, and they don't forgive as you do. They don't forgive like you do. You gotta be more careful. You got to be more careful. I'm telling you, you're about to be moving forward. Okay? Regardless if anybody tried to block and stop you, whatever attack they tried to, you're gonna bulldoze through that. Regardless. There's nothing that they can do. There's nothing that they can do. There's nothing that they can do. That's what's coming through. They tried to see, this is the happiness that's coming in, but they tried to cause mishappiness to you. But the fact that you're still gonna get past it, no matter what,
always
they can't
gonna
change it.
Can't do nothing. Bro.
Heavy on the Leo sign, heavy on the sunflowers.
Ex-husband.
Okay.
My mom.
Ooh, this is the energy. It is not a game in these streets. See, they tried to cloak their energy, but
try to pretend they're literally throwing rocks and hiding hands.
There's receipts always.
Receipts, man.
You
You're a dickhead, blood. They're dickheads.
I'm telling you.
Dickheads, man.
They thought that they was gonna be able to hide, cloak their energy, violate universal laws, like nothing is gonna happen.
Big mistake. Big mistake.
Judgment is being
huge
called on these people, on these energy. I'm telling you, they fit in
I like
Like,
that sound.
I'm telling you, this shit was scary. I was like, I kept hearing, I want them mad. I want them begging for it. Like, man, like them scared. I know they're hearing me coming and they're scared.
Scared. Be afraid. Be afraid, motherfucker. Because I tell you, when it goes bump in the night, it gets spooky. It gets spooky, man. People are sleeping with the lights on. People are literally sleeping with the motherfucking lights on. No joke. Right.
Like, not every person is a game to be playing with. This has been the energy for the past few freaking days. You be an earth sign. You about to be, you graduating in the spirit, whether they like you or freaking not. You ascended. Because who can be against you if God's for you?
Yo.
This is the energy.
Come on.
Person reading, you can contact me at Conscious Quick.
Who?
Update everybody and also see what you guys are thinking.
Who can be against you if God is for you? Who? Touch not my blood clot anointed and do my prophets no harm. Psalms 105 verse 15, blood. Don't you know? Touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm. Did you not get the memo? Did you not get the blood clot memo? Huh? These people know. I've been prophesizing over their fucking life. These people know. I've been putting them on game for years. These people know. I know. These people know that I know things about them that I shouldn't know. Because I've chatted to them. I've told them all things that I know that I shouldn't know. And I've told them bare things and they've seen it come true. And still they want to fuck. You guys are mad, blood. You got insanity issues, man. Insane, blood. Alright, finish.
The message that came straight through was to do with someone planning something that is not at...
Right there. You shone a light on someone's venomous plan to take you out and got out of harm's way quickly. This is 19 hours ago by Bronwyn. Where are we for the time? 42. Do we need to do this one, Spirit, or do you want me to go into a journey? I think we're going to go into a journey. I think we're going to do a journey. That's what we'll do. We just finish eating these nuts. Okay. Let's do a journey because I think that's enough passa for one night, yeah? I did find out from my shamanic tutor, Stacey, because I'm doing the advanced shamanic practitioners training at the moment. So I'm actually a shaman in training, and I'm already a shaman. Yeah, I'm already a shaman by genetic blood DNA and also by my lineage, my family lineage. But in order to practice shamanism in the UK, you actually have to have a shamanic practitioner certificate. Yeah, how ironic. So that's what I'm doing. Well, that's what Spirit's got me doing. So I did journeys 3, 4 and 6 the other day, and I checked with Stacey, my shamanic practitioner, and she confirmed that she's missing journey 5. There is no journey 5, so it jumps from 4 to 6. Okay, so what I'm gonna do today, I'm gonna do journey 1 and I'm gonna do journey 2, so then at least you've seen what these journeys look like. Okay, so this is interesting because this is journey 1. Journey 1 is to meet your spirit team. Now, the last time I banged my own shamanic drum, so let me show you my shamanic drum. So this is my shamanic drum, which I made in October with my shamanic my shamanic practitioner instructor Stacey. And these are crystals at the back of it, and then it's all bumpy around the edges because I've put crystals around the edges. So as the skin dried and got tight, it locked the crystals in, which I'm really happy about. But in each of these little holes is a little crystal. Spirit was just like, put the crystals in there because it's going to overpower it. And then also what I put was a little bit of gold glitter on there too, which has created a little bit of a galaxy. You know what I mean? To me, that's what it is anyway. It's like a galaxy. And then I've got a little drum that I made too, a drum stick. But I'm not going to bang it because the last time I banged my drum during a journey, I went somewhere completely different. So I'm just going to stick to Trace Faces one. And then also, this is like a little voodoo rattle. They're not called voodoo rattles, obviously, but I did purchase it in Ghana, so it is authentic. It's from Africa. It's not an eBay one. And this is proper cannabis. You know what I mean? So I love this. My ancestors love this too. This just gets the vibe going on nice. So basically, it says we're going to journey to meet spirit team, which is interesting. So the purpose is to connect with a spirit guide or power animal. So the phoenix would be like a power animal, basically. That represents protection and boundary setting. That's nice. I have already done this one before. So let me just quickly show you. Again, I won't go through everything because again, it's not my intellectual property. But when I did it, these are some of my notes. And this is a dragon's face that I saw when I went on this, because I also have quite a few dragon spirit animals too. But my main dragon is a diamond dragon. Oh my god. I didn't even know that you could get crystal diamond dragons, you know what I mean? And not only that, it's crystal diamond. It's a diamond, but obviously crystal and diamond are the same, more or less the same in terms of like the way that they're formed, or not necessarily the quality of it, but the fact that it can be so what's the word I'm looking for? So you see how a diamond and a crystal can be multifaceted, like they've got loads of faces on them that create different sparkles and shadows and reflections and stuff like that. So that's how my dragon presents itself too. But because of that, it also looks like a rainbow dragon because it's got all these prism lights on it, whatever, just like a crystal basically. So let's do it. So I'm going to play the shamanic music, which is a shamanic drum in music sent to me by my shamanic practitioner. And what we're going to do, I'm going to journey, and then I'm going to let you know what came from that journey, okay? I just want to dance. Spirit loves to dance. We'll try and shut that door so we're not getting overdone, because obviously I won't bloody travel. I'll be here jugging up myself. Okay, let me get comfortable then. So again, just to remind you, the purpose is to connect with spirit guides or power animals that represent protection and boundary setting. Preparation. Set the intention to meet a guide who can help you understand and strengthen your personal boundaries. Okay. Okay. So then once I've finished, this is what it wants me to reflect on. So it's saying once you're connected, ask questions such as, what do I need to learn about my boundaries? And how can I better protect myself emotionally, physically, or energetically? Allow the guide to show you symbols, sensations, or messages related to your boundary issues. All right, so I'm going to get comfortable. Oh, in fact, I'm going to sit with my feet on the ground and be grounded for this one. Okay. to write this down. So, the purpose of the journey was to meet my spirit team, yeah, or connect with a spirit guide or a power animal that represents protection and boundary setting. Okay, what happened to me is that I went to my familiar place. Yeah, so today's date's the 5th, isn't it? So I went to my familiar place, which is a physical place, yeah, but I've now made that physical place a place in my head. So anytime I'm going to connect with the ancestors, I go to this particular place. If I'm going on a journey, then I go to the bridge. Does that make sense? But if I'm doing things directly with spirit, I go to my sacred place. So I've gone to my sacred place and I've sat there for a bit. And to be honest, at first, I didn't have anybody joining me. So I just turned around and said, that's fine. If nobody wants to join me, I'll just sit here by myself. And the minute I said I'm going to sit here by myself, I saw myself in a boat with a paddle going out to the middle of the sea. And when I got into the middle of the sea, the boat stopped. And when the boat stopped, this blue, you know what it's like? You know, like the Loch Ness Monster. You know, the Loch Ness Monster just looks like a long snake. Like, it's not scaly like a dragon or anything like that. It's just, it's long and it's smooth. If you see pictures depicted of the Loch Ness Monster, that's what it looks like in the UK, found in Scotland allegedly. But legend or myth, it doesn't matter. But that's what this is what this entity looked like, but a light blue color. So in fact, Spirit's saying to me to say what it is, because sometimes I lose it and I don't remember and I haven't written it down. But Spirit's saying to me just to relay it, because it's recorded anyway. You can take it from the recording if you forget it. Duh. So anyway, I'm in the middle of the sea on this boat with a brown paddle, and this a Loch Ness Monster, worm, snake, whatever you want to call it, comes out of the water. And as it as the face of it goes over my boat, all the water from it comes down into my boat. So you know, I can see the water falling, but I can also see this blue thing, and he's got whisker feathers kind of coming out of his mouth. So at first I was like, oh, is this the same dude as this dude? Because this dude had whisker feathers, but no, because this dude was purple. This dude had a purple body. Yeah, he was purple. This thing, and also this, he told me his name. Yeah, he told me his name, and his name was Benjamin. Random, innit? I don't even know a Benjamin. Well, I kind of do. My daughter's step granddad is called Ben. We call him Benji though. We don't call him Benjamin. We call him Benji. Anyway, he said his name was Benjamin. As he's come over the boat, he's leaked water on the boat. Yeah. And then he's gone back under the boat and come up the other way. So now he's facing me, talking to me, and I'm sitting down in the boat. So as I'm talking to him, I can't remember what the first question was that I asked him, but he says to me that I need to be like water. So I said, be like water? He said, yeah, you need to be like water. And I said, how so? So he showed me a teapot. And he said, you need to be the water, like the water in a teapot. Or you need to be the water in a saucepan. Or you need to be the water in a lake. Or you need to be the water in a pond. I'm like, what do you mean by that? He said, because water, regardless of where it is, it will take on the form of what it is. It doesn't complain about where it is. It doesn't complain about where it's going. It just goes with the flow. If the water is going downstream, if the energy is going downstream, the water will flow downstream. And if the energy is going upstream, the water will flow upstream. The water doesn't, not that the water doesn't care, but the water adapts, the water adjusts. And it was saying to me, you need to just be like water. Become the teapot, become the saucepan, become the river, become the lake, he was saying to me. So I was like, all right. He said, well, it's not just about becoming those things. It's also understanding the power of water. So water doesn't apologize for being water, he says to me. He said water can be still, water can move, and water can destroy. Water does not apologize for having you know, in Jamaica the other day when I just left Jamaica, they then had the hurricane, whatever her name was. This basically Benjamin saying to me that water does not apologize for being water. Water does not apologize for being still. It doesn't apologize for being in a cup. It doesn't apologize for destroying buildings. It doesn't apologize for destroying lives. It doesn't apologize for how many ships it sunk. Water is just water. And water can be calm and still and silent. And water can be aggressive and loud and brutal. But water is still water. And nobody judges water for being water. If a boat caps over and the people drown, water does not get blamed. If a storm comes and it comes with water, water does not get blamed. And if a water is really nice and you're out on your paddling boat that day, water does not get blamed. Water just is. He said you need to be more like water and just adapt to your circumstances and be okay with just being. Whether that be calm, whether that be flowing, or whether that be raging, just be water. Just unapologetically be water. Water doesn't need to protect itself. Does that make sense? There are people that underestimate water. They jump into water thinking that it's shallow, and when they realise it's fucking deep, and they drown. And that's me. People think I'm shallow. Can you imagine? People think I'm shallow. You don't even know how deep I go, you know. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, literally. And people think I'm shallow. People deal with me like I'm shallow. I like to put on my little lipstick. I like to put on my eyelashes. And they think I'm shallow. I used to go to work and wear 5-inch heels to work every day. I love my heels. I love my little outfits. You know what I mean? I like being cute. But I'm not a Barbie. Far from a Barbie. And that's what you're saying, like water. People underestimate water all the time. Water gets underestimated all the time. You know what I mean? People think they can fuck with water. You can't fuck with water. Water will take your lifeblood. But water can be so beautiful too. Be more like water. Be the teapot. Be the cup. Be the water in the cup. It doesn't matter. If life wants you to have it in a cup and it's small, be the water in the cup. And if life wants to have you in the ocean where it's expandable, be the water in the ocean that's expandable. But water never acts like it's bothered. And water won't allow itself to be trapped either. If there's a dam and water has come in, water will just bust through that blood clot dam. No matter what you do to try and hold the water in, water's going to do what it wants to do. Be water. That is so necessary for me right now. Just be the water, man. If you feel like something's pushing up against you, be water and push back. Be water and push back, man. Because nothing can't hold you back. These last couple of days, I've been thinking about, I've been having conversations with the people in the Amazon that I'm going to meet. And there's particular people from a shamanic course that I'm no longer doing it as a group because the dynamics are just so off in it. Like, people constantly get either intimidated by me or they're a little bit scared or whatever. And I don't think I say that scary things. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm probably not, I haven't started to go deep into things on this channel. Like, a lot of it is still quite surface level. So I get that. Whereas in the shamanic thingy, we're kind of being a little bit more open, but it's created a different dynamic. So I've gone one-to-one now with my tutor. But when we go on the shamanic practitioner, there's going to be girls from the circle there. There's not much of us. There's not loads of us going because you can only get a max of 12 or whatever. But I've been thinking about it, and I was even having a conversation with my shamanic teacher today while I was in my room about the girl, to find out, you know, that I'd rather, because I can see her at the airport, like to say our paths are going to cross. You know what I mean? Like, I'm already seeing that our paths are going to cross, and I'm already seeing that even before we get to the Amazon, like, we're on the same fucking flight. You know, one of them ones. We ain't booked our tickets at the same time, you know, but for some reason, it seems like she's on the same flight as me. And it seems like my practitioner teacher is on the same flight, even though we ain't shared information about flight type of thing. And I hope that's not the case, to be fair, because I like to be by myself. I like when it's just me and spirit. I've been traveling all year by myself, so, you know, like, traveling by myself is no problem. And I prefer it, if I'm honest. You know, as I said, I've booked myself into some of the really nice the airport lounges, and I expect to just bake off and chill out, you know what I mean? And usually I'll have a glass of champagne, but I'm not drinking this time around, did it? Because I'm on this fucking ayahuasca diet. But you know what I mean? Like, I do like to 5-star it, you know what I mean? I do like to Spirit likes to treat me well anyway, you know what I mean? Spirit likes to treat me good, and I like to be treated good. So I'm having all these visions of me not wanting to really engage with my girl, but she's so desperate to engage with me. You know, like, she sent messages on Facebook and stuff like that, and I've rather just ignored her because she's got some demon energy, and I haven't got time to play. If I see Wagwan, and I see Wagwan very quickly, I don't need to wrap up in a nothing. You get what I'm trying to say? Because realistically, it's her that's gonna come out fucked. So believe it or not, I'm actually protecting her. And I said it to Stacey last month when we met up. And Stacey says, you know, she understands and everything, because it's for their protection, not my protection. You know, because people come and underestimate me all the time, and my spirit team don't have it. They don't have it. They fuck you up, blood. So better you don't fuck with me. Better you just allow me, G. Allow me and just go where you're going. You know, so obviously these are some thoughts that have been coming up because I've seen. I'm already seeing the engagement. I'm already seeing, like, things, because I can see into the future. I can obviously see Wagwan and whatever. This girl's acting thirsty, but she's acting thirsty for many reasons. You know what I mean? And they're not good reasons. And that's why I'm just like, I don't wanna play with you. So today I found myself talking back to the visions that I was having in my head, that I was being shown about the situation, and I noticed that my energy was a little bit fired up. Like, I'm at the airport. I'm seeing a vision of us at the airport, and my girl's going on with herself, and I've turned around and said, all right, I'm gonna head this way, because obviously I've booked my lounge. I'm not gonna be walking around the hotel, the airport, doing fucking nothing when I got shit to do over here. So she's asking me my business about where am I going and what am I doing, and I mentioned that I'm going to the lounge. You know, when somebody's whole vibe and attitude just changes, like, oh, going to, you know, one of them fucking one, bitch, you never bought my blood clot ticket. I ain't got time to play with hoes that want to go on like that shit there. Don't watch me, blood, because you're not putting on and taking off no blood clot pot. So I'm getting agitated in my bedroom. Imagine, you know, still going on in my head. But I'm getting agitated in my bedroom because my girl's moving like I'm supposed to justify myself to her. And then we get on the plane and she's asking questions about my business, and Arla wants to come. Because when we get off this flight now, I booked another lounge at the other place, because we got 4 planes to catch. There's 4 planes to catch to get to the blood clot destination. Do you know what I mean? So when I've got to the other one, I've set up things in the lounge there, innit? You know what I mean? So now she's well pissed. Why? Yeah, I'm saying, but this is what I'm trying to say. Like, these are the things that I, you know, that I get shown ahead of time, so that I know how to deal with them when that time comes. But because I was just being shown it in the moment, as in I was being shown some things today, and I've already been shown some things of what happens in the jungle, like, my intention is just to stay away from her. And I find myself going out of my way to stay away from her in the jungle. And I'm saying, but I never come here. I'm not going to the jungle to be hiding and ducking from nobody. I just want to be able to do me. You know what I mean? I need to be able to just do me, and that's what I'm going for, to just do me. If I want to go into, because I've always said to my shamanic teacher, like, my ancestors are looking to take me into the jungle so we can do some rituals and stuff like that on the land. So I need to be able to just get up and go where I'm going. So my shamanic teacher is letting me know, yo, you can do whatever you want to do. She said, I got my own wiggle and my waggle going on. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I like my shamanic teacher, because we're on the same blood clot page. We're on the same blood clot page. I cannot be restrained. The minute you try and put me in a box, that's it. I'm ready to kick off. It's just like my kids. My kids, you can't put my kids in a box either. I'm ready to kick off, and I'm ready to pop off. And it's like this girl wants to have some type of dominion over me, and I can feel it getting my back up till I feel defensive. So I was thinking of speaking to Stacey about it, because we're meeting on Thursday. And I was thinking to talk to her about it, so that, you know, because the last thing I want is to be in the Amazon popping off on some gal in the Amazon. But the way I can feel my body kind of tensing and heating up, I can see myself popping off on her just because I'm for. Who the fuck are you? You know, one of them, like, who are you talking to, girl? You know what I'm saying? Who are you fucking talking to? And this is what I'm saying. People want to deal with me in a particular way. Like, some people think I'm really young. I'm not young. I'm a big blood clot woman. I got kids in. My son's 26 years of age. So obviously, I cannot be young. I'm a big blood clot woman. Don't deal with me like I'm some pitney, because when my mouth gets started, you're going to know that I'm not a pitney. But my mouth shouldn't have to get started for you to be in your blood clot place. But it's because I smile so much, and that's what I'm saying. But I don't want to stop smiling. I like smiling. If you want to underestimate me, that's your business, but I shouldn't have to not smile so you don't underestimate me. I shouldn't have to walk around with a tough face for you to know that I don't play. I should be able to be playing and you still not want to play with me. You know what I'm saying? Because if you fuck with me, you're going to find out. And if you find out, you're going to be upset. But maybe that's what it is. Let her be upset. That's what Spirit just said. Let her be upset. Because it's about time she learned a very valuable lesson. Come out of people's blood clot business. And the thing is, her life is so fucking shit. You get what I'm trying to say? When I say shit, she's like 50 shades of fucked up, blood. And you know what the joke is? You know when we was making the drums, the shamanic drums, and we was there, my shamanic teacher was just blasting her. And I was like, fuck it. I was like this up the top, like blood clot Stacey. My shamanic, every time this girl opened up her mouth, Stacey's just killing it, blood. And I'm like, yo, Stacey, how could you just fire licking her? How can you just fire licking her? And Stacey just looked at me like, so I know that Stacey is feeling the same energy of me, and like the demons running up and down in this girl. She needs to sit down and really pay attention and work on what she's got going on. But because she's so interested in you, she ain't working on herself, and then she fake cries in the group as if she's going. I don't even know, man. I don't even know. And like I said, it's not even that I care. Because if you want to pretend that you're on a healing journey, it's you that's going to get fucked. Because a lot of people pretend, you know. A lot of people pretend that they're going through the healing. A lot of people pretend that they're doing the shadow work. And you can't fake it, mate. You think you're faking it, but you're not faking it. Because we can see. You know what I'm saying? We can see. And I can see the crocodile fucking tears. And I know that Stacey can see, because I can see from the way that Stacey's dealing with you, that Stacey can see, you know. But I'm not going to sit down with Stacey and say, yo, Stacey, because I'm not into the susu, and I'm not into the passa. You know what I'm saying? I just can see. And I said it to my girl last month. I know that you can see, because I see how October. I see how you're going on with my girl. You know, Stacey just looked at me and I'm like, you don't have to say less. You know what I mean? So I know it's not in my head. I know the girl has got bits going on. You know what I mean? And she's so insecure. And because of her insecurity, it becomes a projection. You know what I'm saying? And she's projecting. And I've been thinking about it, especially over the last couple of days, because it has really been, the downloads of the future have been really coming to me about this girl. But to be honest, I'm going to flow like water. You know what I mean? And if I come across it, I'm just going to deal with it there and then. I'm going to let her know, listen, don't watch me. Don't watch me. Don't discuss nothing that I'm doing. And take your blood clot eye off me before I dig it out. Simple. You know what I mean? And I don't think I have to explain too much. I just have to let her know I'm not that bitch. You know what I mean? Stand down. So I think once we ascertain the level field, because that's what I'm saying. If I carry on with her and appease her or don't address it, she's gonna think that it's okay to continue, and that's what I'm saying. Spirit's just telling me, shut it down like blood clot water. It is what it is, isn't it? If you need to slam up against it, water don't mess about. When water's ready, it will slam up against those rocks. You know what I mean? And it will knock down the blood clot rock. Are you talking about the White Cliffs of Dover? There soon won't be no White Cliffs of Dover the way that the water's ticking off the land. You know what I mean? Water will mash down land. Water will mash down land. Don't play with water. It looks simple and it looks soft and it looks transparent and everything else like that. But don't fuck with water. And that's what Spirit's saying now. You can be still and you can be calm, and that's fine. But if you want to be a storm at the same time. It's nothing. In fact, that's where the respect comes from, by just being whatever it is when it is. Just flow like water. And if it's flowing calm, it's flowing calm. And if it's flowing ratchet, it's flowing ratchet. But water's going to do what water does. And I think that's the best fucking advice for me right now. I think that's the best advice with me, because I've held my tongue for far too long, man. Believe it or not, I have held my tongue. Because I know how venomous my tongue can be. And not only that, you see, you know, when I talk certain things, when I say certain things, it comes true. So I'm very mindful of the things that come out my mouth. You know what I'm saying? Because I also have the power to make things reality. I have the power to make things manifest in my reality. So if I'm thinking a thought, I have to check myself constantly to make sure that, you know what I'm saying? One time I wished death on a taxi man because he didn't park up outside the house that I was going to, and I just gave birth, and I'd been in the house for like 5 weeks with the baby, 6 weeks, and it was the first time I was coming out with my son, and it was cold outside, and it was kind of late, but because his mum had been away, his mum wanted to see the baby, and I thought, you know what, let me just run down there, because I only lived up the top. I didn't live too far away, but it was still, you know what I mean, nighttime, new baby, whatever. So I'd asked the taxi driver just to pull up outside the house. So this is 26 years ago, obviously, because my son's 26. And the fucking driver parked all the way up the road, and I remember cursing him, you know, and the words come out my mouth. But when the words came out my mouth, visually, I saw his car get into the top of the road, because we're here, and the top of the road's just there. He tried to pull out. It's a dodgy road anyway. You know, the bend comes after, and then you see the cars coming out of this road here. So when cars are flying down Lodge Road and coming out at Abbey Street, if a car's coming down fast, you're fucked. You know what I'm saying? So you do have to kind of take your time coming out of this particular road. And I've seen him drop me off, drive up the road. I'm still in the car with the baby, you know. After I've said what I've said, I've seen the vision of him coming at the top, trying to pull out, and a car just writing him off. And I've had to say, no, I take it back. 3 times. You know what I'm saying? So, and again, I'm not saying these things have happened often, because I constantly check my thoughts and don't wish bad on people, because if I say something, it will happen. And also, karmically, I also know, as a divine being, what you put out is what you get back. So any wishes that you're making, you're actually making them for yourself. That's the truth of it. And that's what a lot of these dickheads don't realise. That when you're putting out your little bad-minded thoughts and your little bad-minded this, and you think you're going to do this and you think you're going to do that, everything that you say comes out of your mouth first. Everything that you say, you thought first. You heard it first. It's for you, blood. Do you know what I mean? So I try hard. I don't wish no, but I'll cross my bad word, and I'll tell people about their blood clot self. But in terms of wishing harm on people, no. I let my ancestors do that. I don't need to go around wishing things on people at all. Never have. That's not my juice. So like I said, I'm not wishing nothing bad on this girl, but I will let her know. I've come here for solitude, and I really want to sit by myself. I really want to sit by with my ancestors, and I really want to just listen to the jungle. You know what I mean? I just want to feel complete freedom. I want to feel like I'm suspended in the air. I want to feel as light as a feather. So that's what I will feel. They said, that's good, because that's what I want. That's what I want. I want to be like a newborn baby. I am a newborn baby. In 2024, I died. I died a few times. I seen myself dead. I seen myself dead. I seen myself wake up in the morgue and was like, what the fuck? Panicked. My nan was like, I said, am I dead? Am I dead? My nan was like, no, they can't kill you. We put these markings on your hand. I didn't even know what these tattoos were when my nan drew them out and told me to go and get them. The tattoo artist was like, yo, I've never seen anybody bring anything like this for me to do. I was like, yeah, that's cool. Not so much that the symbols aren't familiar, but just how meticulous they were. Like, that one couldn't go on that finger and that couldn't go that. You know what I'm saying? Like, where she put them was exactly where they needed to rest. It was very, very specific. It was very, very meticulous, you know. And some of the symbols I didn't even recognize or know. You know what I'm saying? I had to research them. But they've definitely saved me, you know. Flow like water, be like water. I'm a water sign too, you know what I mean? And I love water. When I'm in the water, I get a lot of my my downloads, especially in the shower. I get a lot of downloads in the shower. And also I can see a lot in the shower. So when I close my eyes in the shower, I feel like I can see through the eyes in the back of my head and in the side of my head. Like, I literally can see 360 degrees around the bathroom and beyond from being in the water, you know. And then obviously when I'm in the bath, I get downloads or whatever. But in the shower, it's just more effective. And I say this so often that one of the guys that I used to work for, like my line manager, Mike, who's like some big kind of DFE consultant, whatever in education. Because even before I went into education consultancy, I used to work as a consultant for this company called Achievement for All. And Mike was my he was my lead guy. He used to be my ex-husband's appraisal, because as a head teacher, you can't appraise yourself, so you have to get somebody external to appraise you, unless you're part of a MAT trust or whatever. It's different. But if you're just the head of your school, you have to get somebody else to do your appraisal. So Mike used to do my ex-husband's appraisal, so that's how I met him. And he was just like, you know, we just got on straight away. So I started to do some consultancy work for the company that he was working with, which was great. And Mike was great too. He's an old white guy, but he's young at heart, smokes weed and everything, you know, drinks, always taking me out for dinner. So every month he'd take me out for dinner. I would go to some of the most amazing places. I love good food. I love proper food. I like quality food. And we'd go to some of these Michelin star restaurants and just eat and chat. And he'd introduce me to all different types of wine. I had a great time. Do you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. Obviously, he tried to stick it on me. You know what I mean? I was like, I cussed him out, blood. We stopped talking for a couple of months because I couldn't believe it. How are you going to try and pull it on me and you know me and you know my husband? How fucking rude. You know what I'm saying? Not only that, he's old blood. And it's not just because he's old, but nigga, I would kill you, blood. You guys say I'd murder you, blood. Behave. And he's married too. What the fuck? You know what I mean? I cussed him out. Anyway, he come and apologise effusively. And we've never had a conversation like that again. You know what I mean? But I used to always say to Mike, I had a download today, Mike, you know, and he said, "Oh, was you in the shower by any chance?" And I'd say, "Yes, I fucking was, by the way. Yes, I fucking was, actually." He said, "I thought so." Because I get a lot of my downloads when I'm in the shower. But you know, I take the piss about it, man. Little fucking idiot. He came in my room, as in 2024 astral project. Well, his astral body was here in my room. You know, and I haven't spoken to him since then either. But I spoke to him in 24 when I was in the madhouse. All the people that was in my room during that experience, I called from the madhouse. You know that? I phoned them to let them know what I go on. And every single one of them sound shit. Even Yvonne. And Yvonne's like, these aren't dickhead people, you know. These are big wigs in my area. You know what I'm saying? Where I live, these people are well known. Well known and well respected at that. But the things that come out during my Kundalini made me see them differently, man. And that's why I've just kept my distance. So all of them have tried to contact me and get back in contact with me. And I'm like, From I've seen what I've seen. And you know what? It could just be, it could be mental health. It could just be mental health at the end of the day, innit? That's what we're here to assess. But from I've seen what I've seen, and spirit have shown me what they've shown me, and I know what I know now, I can't go back. That's how it feels like to me. It feels like I can't go back and unsee what I've seen. I can't go back and unsee what I've seen. It's just impossible. It's impossible, man. The conversations I've had with these people in my room, the conversations that I couldn't make them up even if I wanted to. You know, one of them ones. You know, the information that's in them, and information that came through that gave me pieces of the puzzle to other things that had happened previously. Does that make sense? So we're not just having random conversations in my room. We're having conversations that are linked to several other things. It cannot be undone, man. It cannot be undone. I know who you guys are now. And I know it was all a plan. It's like everything was strategically placed. These people were strategically placed in my life. Nothing went by chance. Nothing is by chance. Anyway, I'm gonna shoot off. I think I'm gonna just sit down and meditate in this water thing, because I really do feel like it's given me some clarity on a level. Yeah, it really has given me some clarity, because it's something that I've been thinking about, especially over the past couple of days, about dealing with this and dealing with that. You know what I'm saying? And actually, I don't need to deal with nothing. I don't need to deal with nothing. I just need to be still and do me. And if anybody wants to come in and destroy my peace, they will be destroyed. Simple. And give no fucks about it. And I'm telling you, look at the book. Look at the book I'm reading at the moment. Now that just conclude the whole fucking video. The art of giving no fucks, blood. Be like water. Water don't give a fuck. It does what the fuck it wants, when it wants, how it wants. Do you know what I mean? be like water. That's so funny, you know, because spirit just reminded me. I went to this voodoo man's house back in 2015, could have been, with my cousin. And he said, flow like water. Let the water flow. Something like that, he said, this Jamaican man. Oh, it's like spirit just reminded me of, if I was talking to my fucking cousin Melody, I would phone her now and she would say it straight away. You know what I mean? Because that night was a scary fucking night. That night was, my fucking God. The two of us were talking to each other telepathically. You know what I mean? And my man, he's had a stroke, you know, but he's had a stroke because he's been trying to fuck with me magically. And my ancestors have told me, don't go back down there. We're going to fuck him up. You know what I mean? He tried to use witchcraft to get me to sleep with him so he could impregnate me, so I could give birth to some whatever fucking antichrist he wanted to implant in me. This was his mission, believe it or not. You know what I mean? This was his fucking mission. And my ancestors was like, not a blood clot. So when he was planning and plotting and thinking that he's got me, he never had fucking nothing. You know what I mean? And my ancestors locked him off. Next, you know, I get a phone call. Yo, do you know that Dalton's had a stroke? A stroke? Same like my dad. Dalton had a stroke. He lost use of the whole of his left side of his body, you know. Couldn't walk, was hospitalized. And I'm like, you're joking? Next thing you know, it's my mom who is his carer, his nurse. What are the odds of that? What are the odds of that? What are the odds of that? my mum is his carer because my auntie and my cousin run a care business, and my auntie's got the contract, or my cousin's got, because my mum's always acted like it was my auntie's business. But you see, last year or the year before, I must have been on this business course, and my cousin was on the course with her daughter, and my cousin mentioned her business to me, and I said, "How's it going with your mum?" Blah blah blah. She said, "No, it's not my mum's business. It's my business." I said, "Are you fucking kidding me, Nadine?" She said, "It's always been my business." I was so happy for her. I was like, "What the fuck?" Cause you know, all this time my mum's been going on like it's Dornet's business, like it's Dornet's blood clot business. Are you serious? It's your business? And she was like, "Yeah, it's my business." I was like, "You know what? Big up your blood clot self. Big up yourself, man." You know what I'm saying? Because I love that, man. I love to big up the success of people. You know what I'm saying? She's not a waste gal. She's got her kids. You know what I'm saying? She's doing all right. And her daughter was like, "Oh, that's Janet's daughter." Like, because she knows my mom and she knows my sisters, but she don't know me. Not anymore, because I don't see them. I don't mingle with my family. You know what I'm saying? So she knows the rest of them, but she don't know me. And I don't look and go on like my family. You know what I'm saying? You know, one of them ones. So I look completely like odd one out type of thing. So she just kept saying, that's Naomi and Rachel's sister." Like I could hear her on the opposite table whispering to her mom. And then when we come out, she just kept looking at me. And I was like, "Yeah, you're all right." And she was like, "Yeah." But I remember her when she was little, Lenny. I remember when she was born, because her older brother and my son are the same age, and they used to go to the same primary school years ago. The same primary school that me and Nadine used to go to, because me and my cousin went to the same primary school, you know. But it's her business. But imagine, they've got the contract with NHS or whatever, because my auntie works for the NHS, to be fair. And my mum has happened to be this guy's carer. Like I said, what are the odds of that? So anyway, I didn't know that. It was Auntie Pauline, the same Pauline that I dreamt last night, who don't clean her yard. Yeah, you, Pauline. Phoned me out the blue to tell me. And I weren't even really chatting. I mean, this was years ago. I'm on and off with these people, you know, because when my head texts me, I'm just lock everybody off, you know what I'm saying? But now I've just locked off for good, you know what I'm saying? But the inner me, the human me, would always be like, their family's important. They're fucking demons, yeah, but they're family, you know, one of them ones. You know how it goes. And yeah, so she's called me, Pauline's called me, who's my mum's sister, to tell me that my mum is working for looking after Dalton. I don't know how my auntie even knows I know Dalton. You see, how so. What kind of so business is this? Do you know what I'm trying to say? So obviously, my mum has chatted certain business from years and years ago, you know, because years and years before that, when I used to go to Dalton's before the stroke, because he's not just a voodoo man, because I didn't really know that he was into voodoo like that at first. When my friend took me there, and it's funny, you know, because the friend that took me there is the friend that's best friends with another cousin that introduced me to the actual other high priest nigger that I got involved in. It's all part of the plan. The family is involved in the plot. Remember, the plot is thick, blood. You can't even stir this soup. But anyway, Alex has introduced me to Dalton. And Dalton has presented himself to be a herbal man. He's got a herbal shop. He's got all these herbal remedies. And around the same time that I got introduced to him, my mum ended up having some kind of allergic reaction. Does that make sense? She used like a hair dye and it messed with her immune system. So because she's had this allergic reaction and the doctor has put her on some medication that isn't working, I get a message like, bring your mom to Dalton and make Dalton make up some homeopathic remedy for her, which just sounds like a normal plan, because that's what I'm all about. And when I take my mum there for the first time, and I don't know him that good either, you know, but I've just took my mum to the shop. And as I took my mum to the shop, I'm getting calls from work, innit? So I'm in and out of the shop, outside on the call, talking to someone and coming back in. But while I'm doing that, my mum and Dalton is having a conversation. And the second time I've come back in the shop, I hear Dalton singing, and he's singing to my mum, "Mama, I want your daughter. I want your daughter, Mama. Me want marry your daughter." Something like that. I've caught the end of the song, but I'm also on the phone, so I'm like, The man's like 70. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what's wrong with these men. They always want what they can't have, innit? The fucking dickheads. So my mum's sitting down looking at me, giving me back one fake smile. So I know that my mum ain't impressed. You understand me? So I look at her and I go back outside and I'm finishing off my call. But I don't realise when a woman's turned up called Pauline, and Pauline is like a fortune teller woman. Like she'll see your future, and she sits down and she gives readings. So anyway, now, she's gone into the shop and she sat down next to my mum, and I'm outside. So when I come in after a while, I see my mum's face, and my mum, she's fake smiling ever so much at the moment, and Spirit saying to me, "Your mum's ready to go." So I'm like, all right then. But at the same time she's ready to go, Pauline has just finished giving my mum a reading and telling my mum about herself. So as I walk in, Pauline starts to tell me about myself, about my hair, because my hair had fallen out already with alopecia, being with that warlock, fucking demon, ex-husband. And it had started to grow back, and it had, you know, my hair before it fell out was a good length. And then now it had started to grow back again, but the sides hadn't started growing, just the top as usual, I'm going to say. And she said, you know, you irritated her about your hair. And she said, oh, but it will fall out again. And I said, no, it's just started to grow back. And she said, yeah, but it will fall out again. It fucking fell out 2 more times after that. I tell you, I've been bowled twice, 3 times. Anyway, so I took my mum to Dalton. So she had met him 2 years or 3 years before. Was it that long? Couldn't have been that long. Couldn't have been that long. Yeah, I'm saying. Could it all have been within the same year or the following year? Something like that. Let's say the following year, because after that engagement with my mum didn't end up taking the homo remedy what he gave her. I don't think she felt comfortable taking something that he had made. But that's her prerogative at the end of the day. I hadn't taken anything that he had made because I hadn't been sick to need anything. But I had picked up certain herbs, like, you know, like, and even like toothpaste, incense, you know, because the shop sold loads of different things. But I didn't realise how much of a voodoo man he was. But I knew that there was some energy over me. So my friend, Alex, look at me going into business now. My friend Alex was like, oh, he does baths, he does spiritual baths. You get what I'm trying to say? So, so I said, all right, then I'll have a spiritual bath. What happened? So he said, oh, we just mix up some concoction, puts you in the water, does some kind of blessing over you, but he wants you in the bath naked. And I'm saying to Spirit, what the fuck is this? And my ancestor saying, get in the bath. Take off your drawers and get in the bath. And I'm saying, I don't even get naked in front of my blood clot husband. You know, one of them ones. Do you know what I mean? Spirit's like, I get my friends at the house too, so it's not like that. I'm literally there for a bath. She's in the living room and I'm in the bathroom while my mum's bathing me. And Spirit said, let him bath you. I want to, you know, whatever. He's not going to trouble you, but let him bath you. So he sets up the bath. He puts all these concoctions. The water's blue. It's all going on. There's candles. This is like I'm in his house now, because obviously I've been going to the shop, you know, but now I'm in his house. And in his house is painted red, black and white. The floor has got black and white checkered floor, like a fucking, like the chessboard. You know what I'm saying? He's got a big massive altar in front of this fucking checker floor with everything you can imagine on a voodoo altar. It depends the altar, and the altar's layered, you know. The altar's layered in shells, so it's not one level, you know. The altar's got levels to it. Yeah, there's some words and scripture up on the wall. He's telling you that you need to read this word and shit. This is very much in the early days, you know. So I ain't come across this shit before. I ain't coming. I'm fucking not new to it no more. You know what I'm saying? I've had bare encounters that have come afterwards, but this first encounter set me up for these other encounters. You know what I'm saying? And everything in this yard is set up for his craft. I didn't know he was an OBM man. I did not know he was an OBM man, and my friend hadn't explained. And when I say I did not know he was an OBM man, I knew certain things. But because I hadn't actually seen them or been introduced to them on a 3D level, I didn't know what I know on a 3D level. But I knew what I knew on a spiritual level. I knew how I felt. Okay. So, but I also could hear my ancestors telling me to go forward. So that's the main thing, that I was being guided to go forward down the fucking rabbit's hole, if you like. But like I said, no harm came to me or anything. So after the bath, when you come out the bath, you're still naked. You stand in the middle of this blood clot checkered floor. There's in the middle of the blood clot checkered floor that you need to stand onto. You need to spin around 3 times this way. Then you need to spin back round this way. You need to read this fuckery on the wall. You know what I'm saying? Then he's rubbing you down and he's rubbing you down. You get what I'm saying? Your legs getting rubbed as you're reading it. Oh, anyway, all kind of fuckery. I won't even. Another day. So obviously, after the bath, like I said, nothing. I felt trapped. That I could feel energy and spiritual witchcraft on me from back then. Yeah, I want to say before 2013. This is, so this ain't even 2015, because I had my son in 2013, and before that son, I miscarried another baby. And before I miscarried that baby, this man was trying to impregnate me. So actually, we're talking probably 2011, 2012 is when I first met him. So we're going back a bit. Yeah. Anyway, I'm down there and he's teaching me tarots. I'm doing his tarots. He's like, nobody else has been able to do my tarot. You're the only person who can draw cards on me. So every time I'm going down there, he's getting me to draw cards on him. And not the tarot cards, because you don't deal with the tarot cards. He's drawing playing cards, like your normal deck of playing cards. But your normal deck of playing cards are the tarot cards. They're exactly the same. They're exactly the same thing. Your jacks, your jokers, your knights. You know what I'm saying? Like the tarot card matches the playing cards. And the 4 suits and that. So he's got me pulling cards on him. So now that he can see that I can pull cards on him, he's introducing me to other things. But really, this is what my friend wanted. My friend Alex wanted this position. She wanted to be that person that he divulged his secrets to. So he's telling me, Alex wants to know this information that I'm giving you, But I can't give it Alex, because Alex... How can I explain it? It's like Miss Wanty Wanty, no getty getty, and Miss Getty Getty, no wanty. That's like a Jamaican saying, isn't it? So because Alex wants it so bad, he can't give it to her. Because when the energy of wanting it so bad is upon somebody, nothing good comes from it. It's like she wants it to do bad with it. You know what I'm saying? So because he can see that she wants the information so that she can carry on with her fuckery with it, he can't give her the information. Whereas my energy is, I don't want it, but I have the gift already, but I don't want it. So because I don't want it, he wants to give it to me. Does that make sense? So that's why they say Miss Wanty Wanty, no Getty Getty, and Miss Getty Getty, no want it. You get what I'm trying to say? So I'm Miss Getty Getty, and me no want it. And he wants to give it to me. Fuck's sake. So anyway, he started to teach me a lot of things, and I'm learning, you know what I mean? He's telling me his business, and then I come to understand how deep this man goes down the Obia thing, because he starts to mention big Obia people that I've come to know and understand because I've been listening to big people conversation. You know what I mean? I listen to big people conversation. I don't sit on the picnic table. Me want to know what's going on with the big people. And I remember as a child, my mum and another cousin of mine, who is the mother of the cousin who is best friends with this friend that's took me to meet this man. So the friend that's took me to meet the man is Alex. And Alex is best friends with my cousin Farah. But I don't know Alex through Farah. I know Alex because Alex's cousin is Karina, and we all went to school together. So I've got 2 boys for one twin, and Karina has got 2 girls for the other twin. But all 4 of us, as in the 2 twins and me and Karina, was all in the same school together. And because Alex and Karina are cousins, that's how I know Alex. But Alex got pregnant at 14, and so did my cousin, but not pregnant at 14. They had Pitney at 14. So because they had Pitney at 14, they went to a special school for pregnant girls, and that's how them 2 met. Yeah. So Alex has put me onto this Obia man. This Obia man don't want to give Alex the business. He wants to give me the business. The Obia man starts to mention people like Mr. Scott. Now, Mr. Scott in England, Birmingham, where I live, renowned, known for years and years and years and years, you know, as the biggest Obia man or one of the biggest Obia men in Birmingham. And Farah's mom, who is Hazel, and Farah's mom, Hazel, is my mom's first cousin. So Hazel is my second cousin, and Farah, who is friends with Alex, is my third cousin. Babe, I'm in school with my seventh cousin, okay? The family just rinse off, yeah? I'm one of 26, 27 first cousins on my mum's side and about 28 on my dad's side. So automatically there's over 50. I have over 50 first cousins. Never mind second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. Yeah, the family on both sides is big. Yeah, stupidness. So anyway, Hazel, my mum's first cousin, has took my mum years ago, you know, I'm a little girl at this time, yeah? But I'm listening to big people conversation. So I'm younger than 9, or I'm about 9, they're saying to me. But I'm listening to big people conversation. Hazel has took my mum to go and see this man. Hazel has not told my mum that this is an Obia man, Mr. Scott, because Hazel's been spending lots of time with him. And she's took my mum down there, and Mr. Scott, this is my mum's argument now, you know. So my mum is telling somebody in the house as I'm growing up as a child, but the story's been told many times. It's not once I've heard the story. So as Hazel's took my mum down there, this Mr. Scott is trying to read my mum's mind, but because my mum is, you know, whatever, my mum is saying that she can feel Mr. Scott trying to tap in and read her mind, but he can't read her mind. She ain't giving him access to her mind because she knows what he's doing. So Mr. Scott turns around and said, you're a strong one, ain't it? So my mum looked at him like to say, you know what I'm saying? Try something else, nigga. So whatever happened that night, because there was books and whatever involved. And when they come out the house, my mum's basically told Hazel, don't bring her there again. You get what I'm saying? I don't know what he was playing at. But Hazel didn't realise my mum's ability. Do you understand me? So Hazel took my mum there without letting my mum know certain things, which is what I thought my mum thought I was doing when I took her to the other Obia man, when I took her to go and see Dalton. But I wasn't taking my mum there to be tricked or read by Dalton. I was taking my mum there to pick up some herbal remedies, because to be honest, I didn't know the extent of what these fucking people was into, to be honest. But I know that Spirit has said go down there and try and get something for my mum, because she was under attack by her immune system, you know. So anyway, coming back to the story anyway, my man don't want to share things with Alex. He wants to share things with me. Now, after a few months of me going down there and he's doing things for me and blah, 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 and I'm reading for him and he's teaching me this and he's making me know what these herbs are and what that does for that. And I've always been interested in the esoteric community, but I haven't really had much people around me that could teach me. So it felt like for the first time, I actually had someone that knew what they were doing and could actually provide answers, knew divination and could actually show me something. So on one hand, I knew that it was bad to be around him, but at the same time, my curiosity and my inquisitiveness was also getting the better of me. You know what I'm saying? And I was going down this deeper hole with him. Nothing sexual, nothing intimate like that. Even though he was making his feelings known, that's not what it was, because I'm a married woman and I'm making him know I'm a married woman. But he's also making me know energetically. And I remember one time when I was sitting there reading his cards with the playing cards, I felt my pum jump. I felt my pum jump, and the Spirit's making me know my man's deliberately sending his energy to me, because listen, she don't jump for no reason. You get what I'm trying to say? She ain't jumping up, to be honest, because there ain't really nothing to be jumping up about. You know what I mean? If she certainly ain't jumping up with this guy. This guy's 70. He don't look 70, but he is 70. You know what I'm saying? So when I felt these energies come over me and Spirit's making me know my man's taking, you know, like he's working his way to deliberately make me feel things. That's when Spirit told me not to go back to his yard, because the man's a janko. trying to lead me to try and get me in a position where I allow him to have sex with me and then get me pregnant. You know what I mean? So when I've left him, that's when I've ended up getting pregnant for my husband, but I've also ended up losing that baby. And after I lose the baby, some months after, Spirit tells me to go back there. When I go back there, he actually asks me, what did he ask me? He asked me something about the baby. He asked me something about the baby, but he asked me something stupid, like, was the baby his? Or I don't know. I can't remember exactly what he said, but something along the lines of, was the baby his? Or did I get rid of the baby so I could have his baby? I can't remember what it was, but it was something, and I was very, very fucking offended by it. I remember being extremely offended by it. You know what I'm saying? And setting him straight with such a bad attitude. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, who the fuck are you talking to? You know what I'm saying? And why did I stop going there after that point there? Because Spirit had already told me not to go there. Then obviously I left the baby and I went back there. I can't remember what the reason was why I went back there. But when after, I know why I went back there. I had some, it was like an application or something I was doing. And I wanted him to do some work on the application because I wanted the application to come through. You understand me? So I took the application down there so we could work on the application before I posted it. And while he was working on the application, he was saying to me, you know that most of this is about energy, and I can feel that your energy ain't in this. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Your energy ain't in this. But I was so numb at the time. I was being so energetically raped by my ex-husband. My husband at the time, but my ex-husband. Like, there was so much witchcraft happening to me and I wasn't aware of it. I was just feeling depleted. So when I'm sitting there and he's saying, you know what, these things is energy based, you know, and if your energy ain't in, if you don't believe that this is gonna succeed, if you ain't putting your energy in it to make it succeed, then how's it gonna succeed? But I couldn't muster up any, you know how I said I got words and my words have power. So if I say my words over something, it's gonna make it come true. But I literally didn't have no fight in me. I didn't have nothing in me. So he says, listen, come back tomorrow. I'm gonna take you to the jewelry quarters and I'm gonna get you one necklace. Cowl necklace to bomber cloth. Fucking hell. He said he's gonna get me one cowl necklace, one big cowl necklace. This is cowl, you know, this is proper fresh cowl from Jamaica. Do you get what I'm saying? This is what the Yoruba Africans wear from Nigeria. And as a Nigerian woman, 77.8% Nigerian, you don't know. But he said he's going to make me a coat. I forgot all about this, you know. So I went back there the next day and we drove to the jewelry quarters. He's got a man down there that makes up rings and they put crystals into gold. And you know what I'm saying? Because my man does it. He walks like, if you see him on the road, you'd know he was an Obia man. He's got the big top hat on with the feather. It looks like something out of New Orleans. So we've gone down there and he's told the man what he wants and where to tear. And then we've gone back a few days and picked it up. And he's made me a cowl necklace. The cowls aren't small and dainty like these, you know. The cowls are big and they're all different shapes and sizes. And when you put the necklace around your neck's broken off. Like, it was so big and bulky. But it was powerful at the same time. They said, right, when you go into your business meetings, when you go into your whatever, you wear this. You understand me? You wear this and you're walking there like a boss bitch. You know what I'm saying? But at the time, that's not where my energy was, you know. You see, when I put the necklace on, I felt like I was being choked by the necklace. And this has happened to me before because my mother-in-law brought me an amethyst necklace. She said she got it off Avon. And when I put it around my neck, it was choking me. And I took it off and I felt fine. And I put it back on my neck and it was choking me like I was having difficulty swallowing. So I says to Marie, that's the kid's nan's, my ex, the kid's dad's mum, who I call my mum because we used to get on like that. And I said, Marie, I can't wear this necklace. There's something, she's a witch anyway, so she understood. I can't wear this necklace. There's something in this fucking necklace. And every time I pull it on, the thing feels like it's choking me. So she said, all right, no problem. So she says to me that she put it on and the same thing happened to her. Whether it did or it didn't, I don't know. It's just what she said. So I ended up giving it to Karina. Now, Karina is the same sister-in-law that's got 2 kids for one of the twins. And I've got as sons for the other twin, innit? And it's Alex's cousin. So she tells me that she ends up giving the necklace to her, whatever. But I just know that I couldn't keep the necklace. So this was the second experience I was having where I was putting something around my neck and it was choking me. Yeah. And I remember coming out of the spiritual church. So the spiritual church was 2015. So there is a 2015 in there. So that means literally from 2011, 2012. Yeah. Because obviously 2012 I had the miscarriage with the first baby. And then by 2013, October, I gave birth to my son, who is now 12 years of age. Yeah, and that he's born in 2013. But I was at the spiritual church in 2015, 16, because while I was at the spiritual church doing the medium, I was also pregnant with my daughter, who was born in 2016. And I remember having the necklace with me. I remember coming out of the church, coming out of the church, jumping in my car, being in the car park, putting the coral necklace around my neck, feeling the feeling again, and just taking the coral necklace off my neck and throwing the necklace out the window, throwing the coral necklace out the window into the bush. Even when I drove back there days later to try and find the necklace, because I thought, fucking hell, it's not no cheap necklace. Like, coral's not cheap. You shouldn't just dash it away. If anything, sell it. So I went back to find the necklace. I couldn't find the necklace. The necklace could still be in the bushes right now. I don't know, but basically, or maybe it's not, because they would have cut the grass, I guess. But I couldn't find the necklace, so I never seen the necklace again. That was 2015. So now I've had Shay. Now something. 2015, I've dashed away the necklace. I've dashed away the necklace in 2015. Yeah, so I haven't seen Dalton since 2015. So I think now we're in 2017, perhaps. I've had my daughter. Could be 2019 for all I know, you know. But let's not say it so far in advance, because basically my cousin Melody, Natasha, has come down from London and she wants some weed. And I don't smoke. Like, when I was with my husband, I stopped smoking at 17 years of age. She's saying she wants some weed, but the only person who I knew smoked weed was Dalton. And Spirit saying to me, it's not even that's who I knew. Spirit saying to me, Carl Dalton. I'm like, Carl Dalton. And they said, Carl Dalton. But remember, alright, so this is it. Before the Tasha situation, remember, I've had my son, my daughter, 2016. After that, that's when I've got a call from Auntie Pauline telling me that my mum is caring for the Obia man Dalton. Yeah? And that my mum is up at my nan and granddad's house flinging around incense and stuff. Yeah, because my granddad died in 2015. So that means it's before my daughter. It's before my daughter's birth. So 2015, because my granddad died 2015. And after my granddad died, Auntie Pauline phoned me to tell me about my mum looking after Dalton and telling me that my mum and Leslie are up in my nan's yard, my nan and granddad's yard, going on with things. They're burning incense and they're flinging white rum and everything around the house. I said, my mum's up there burning incense and flinging white rum around the house. She said, yeah. I said, how's that true, Auntie Pauline, my mum? She said, yeah, because don't forget, she's down there with Dalton. I said, which Dalton? She said, Dalton. Obia Dalton. So now I don't say to her nothing on the phone, you know, because my first instance is, why are you saying Dalton like you know I know Dalton? How the fuck do you know I know Dalton to be telling me, don't forget, she's down there with Dalton? She hasn't said, oh, she's down there with a guy called Dalton. You know, she's looking after a man down there and she's having to tell me the story about the man. She's talking to me like I already know. She's talking to me like I already know Dalton. To make me know she knows I know Dalton. To make me know chatting's been going on. So anyway, yeah, don't forget she's down there with Dalton. Obia Dalton. I said, my mum's down there with Dalton. Because remember, the last time I took my mum to Dalton, my mum acted like, say, I was the worst. You know, like, say, I've took, like I've done a Hazel situation down there and I've took her to Mr. Scott. You know what I'm saying? When actually I took you down there because you was having an allergic reaction, but whatever. But my mum's always gone on like she's not in a divination. She's not in a nothing like that. You get what I'm trying to say? You can't bring nothing like that around her. So why the fuck would she be in Dalton's house? And my aunt is like, yeah, she's down there with Dalton and now she's coming back and she's got incense and white rum and she's going on with things down there in Nanny's blood clot. Yeah, so I'm like, me pussy. You know what I mean? I would never have believed it, to be honest. Do you know what I mean? But I what Auntie Pauline was saying was true because I could see it in my mind's eye. Spirit was giving me the downloads of her and Leslie running around this blood clot yard with fucking white rum and going on with things. But white rum is used in those kind of rituals and I'm not in any. You know what I'm saying? It's been used in those kind of rituals for years, centuries. So anyway, after she's told me that, she said, yeah, because he's down there looking after him in it because he's had a stroke. So I've gone, Dalton's had a stroke. And she said, yeah, he's had a stroke. So I'm like, what the fuck? How's Dalton had a stroke, Spirit? So Spirit said, you know, you think he was going to get away with things the way that it was going on with you? So I'm going, what the fuck? So I ain't said nothing to Pauline because Pauline's fucking chat. You get what I'm trying to say? Don't listen to what Pauline's got to say, but don't give Pauline fucking nothing because if you give it to Pauline, you might as well put it on BBC Blood Clot News. You get what I'm trying to say? She's a Gemini. You know, it's in her nature. So I've gone, and after the conversation, put the phone down on her. So anyway, I've phoned up Dalton. I don't know if it was the same day or a few days later or whenever. And I phoned Dalton's mobile. And when I phoned his mobile, the first time I phoned him, he said he was back in the hospital, but he's going to be released soon. So I says to him at first that I'd come up to the hospital. And he said, if you come up to the hospital, can you bring me some grapes? But if you bring me grapes, can you make sure the grapes have got seeds in there? Don't bring the seedless grapes. So I said, all right then. So by the time, it couldn't have been that I was going up to the hospital the next day because before I got to go to the hospital, he called me to tell me that he's not at the hospital anymore. He's at his yard. You get what I'm trying to say? So I was like, okay then. I'll come in when I get a minute. I'll come and check you at the yard. So anyway, I went down to the yard, and when I got to the yard, he told me that I need to use the keypad on the door, put the code in, and the keypad will open, and I must take the key out and use it to open up the door because he can't open up the door. So when I've done that and opened the door and come in the house and put the key back in the lock thing, is the nurse is in the house. The nurse is in the house. I don't know why I didn't just send the nurse to the front door, but a nurse is in the house. But it's not my mother. It's not my mother. It's a white lady. And there's all these other black women from Handsworth in there, which I know I can see the old bear on them. Not, you know what it is? You know when people go to people to get black magic done, what they don't realise is that it sticks to them too. You understand me? So when I look at people, I can see who's dibbling and dabbling in black magic because they don't realise, but it wears on them. It sticks to you. If you dabble and dibble in black magic, it sticks to you. Because this is what I'm trying to say. What you're wishing for someone else, you're actually wishing for yourself. When you're wishing death on somebody else, it's death you're wishing on you. So you can see that, I don't know, I can see it. So when I've gone into the house, I can see that these women are fucking, they're in there like swimwear, getting work done from Dalton. You know what I'm saying? So they've come there to look back Dalton and his health, but they've actually come there to get what their recipes and their fucking spells and their charms and whatever else, you know what I mean? And I feel uncomfortable because usually when I go to his house, it's just me and him there. I've never been there and there's people there because I don't want nobody to know that I'm sitting down with this man, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not here for that. I've never sat down with my man and told him to do nothing on nobody, you know what I'm saying? I'll go down there and say, yo, put a little blessing on this paperwork. You know what I'm saying? But apart from that, there ain't nothing else in it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to be associated with what I can see these women are associated with. So the fact that there's all these women there and the nurse there and he's sitting up but he's on the bed, he can't use his body and he's got one of these stress balls and he can't even squeeze it because the left side of his body is weak. You know what I'm saying? And he's trying to talk to me too, but the left side of his mouth has fallen too. So he's not in a good way. You know what I'm saying? So I say hello because this is the first time I'm seeing him. And to be honest, I can't believe this is what he looks like, because obviously he's always presented himself as a strong man. And even though he's 70, he's not a crusty man. You know what I mean? And he's not ugly. He's not a young chicken either, but he's not ugly. You know, and he's quite fair skinned. And again, he's a serious man. But for me, he's been like a teacher more than anything else. So it was sad to see him in the condition that he was in. But because the house was rammed with people, I didn't feel comfortable staying, so I didn't stay long. I said, you know what, Dee, I'm going to come and check you another time. You get what I'm trying to say? Because there's people here and you're busy on meditate. So he's gone, make sure you do. So I said, all right then. So I've shut the door and gone about my business. You know what I mean? And I hadn't been down there since. But my cousin's come from London and she wants weed. And Spirit's like, the only person I know that smokes weed is Dalton. And Spirit, I can hear Spirit telling me, Dalton. And I was like, oh yeah. So I say to my cousin, yo, I don't really know nobody that smokes weed, you know, but there's only one guy I know smokes weed. But Tasha, yeah, I'm trying to say, like, he's not a good somebody. I said, but there again, he did have a stroke a while ago, so he's probably not really on that shit no more. So it might be okay to go there because the stroke has, you know, it's demoralized him a little bit, like it's demobilized him. So maybe he's not on that shit to myself. At least that's what I was telling myself at the time, that he's probably not on that shit. So Tasha was like, yo, let's go. Melody was on it, blood. She's my older cousin on my dad's side. So I've got a best cousin, I had a best cousin Tasha on my mum's side, and a best cousin Tasha on my dad's side. And the two of them are Tasha on my dad's side is 2 years older than me, and Tasha on my mum's side is 6 months older than me. You know what I mean? And so Tasha's like, fuck it, let's go. So she's hyped up, you know, she's in the car already. So anyway, we've gone down there and I've drove to Dalton and parked up outside his house. No, in fact, before we've gone there, I've gone and picked up another friend of mine. Why? I don't know, but I'm just obedient to Spirit. Spirit said, pick up the other Tasha. Why all these Tashas around me? My name's Asher, you know, or it was at the time. My name was Asher at the time, and everybody's a Tasha. So there's three Tashas around me that I ride with hard. So anyway, Tasha, my mum's side Tasha is not with us, but my dad's side Tasha is with me, and I pick up this other Tasha, a friend. So we go to the house. In fact, you know what? No, we don't pick up Tasha until the way back. So let me stop. Anyway, we go to Dalton's, and now when we go there, he can move. He's still bedridden, but he can move. You know what I'm saying? So we help him get his coat on and his shoes on, and we jump in my car. And my car's a big car, so it's a Chevrolet. Is it the Chevrolet I'm driving? Yeah, it's the Chevrolet that I'm driving, 7-seater. So because he's got a disability, I put him at the front, but I help him up in the car. And Tasha sits at the back and I drive. So he gives me the directions of where to drive to. And we've gone down to like Newtown. Would you call that a Newtown? Yeah. We've gone down to like Newtown. And Newtown is like a fully ghetto area, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's one of them areas. But where we've gone in Newtown, and I know Newtown well, you know, because I have to go through Newtown from my mum's house to my baby father's house, the children's dad. Remember, I was with him from school time. So I was, you know, with him from when I was 13 years of age. So as a little girl, I used to walk from my mum's house, which is Handsworth is the baddest of the baddest of the baddest of the baddest areas. So I lived in the baddest of the baddest of the baddest areas. But you used to have to walk through Newtown to get to Hockley, where my baby daddy lived, yeah? Down on Abbey Street, and Abbey Street was well known for being one of the baddest 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 streets. A bear gunman, me, know, yeah? I grew up with bear gunman. You know, I love a gunman. I love guns. I love guns and I love bad man. I just don't deal with bad man. You know what I mean? I don't deal with, because I'm a bad girl. So as a bad girl, I like quiet boys. I like nobodies. I don't deal with the bad man. I vibe with the bad man. I don't fuck the bad man. Because I know, I listen to how the bad man talk about girls. They don't have no respect for women. Does that make sense? And because most of my boy cousins, and probably more so my little sister's cousins, I've grew up in these gangs, you know what I'm saying? So growing up, the boy cousins would talk about the way they deal with girls. So I don't like that. They're not going to talk about me like that. So even as a little girl, when we used to play kiss chase together at like 7, 8, 9, because that's how long I've rolled around with these mans. Before there was a bad man, there was just that man. You get what I'm saying, or that little boy. So they don't come across as bad man to me. They just come across as family, basically. But like I said, growing up on both sides, my boy cousins have always been prolific. They like little slags, to be honest. But the way they talk about girls, you know what I'm saying, like, I can't believe some girls do the things that these guys say they do, but at the same time, my cousins have made sure that I've witnessed certain things and I've seen certain things. So there is no denying it that girls go on a particular way. So I just knew that that weren't going to be it for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm picky and choosy. So, like I said, so anyway, well, where was I? Anyway, we're down in these particular areas. And I know Newtown. But where he took me and my cousin, yeah, I would have to say I don't know Newtown. This is a place I drive past daily because my children's father's father lives in Newtown. So I've been going Newtown anyway. But I used to actually go down into Newtown every Sunday to have Sunday dinner with my children's dad from 13, 14 years of age to my big age. You know what I'm saying? I've been going and having dinner there before I even had Pitney. Bert would cook for us. He would cook Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday. So you know that you're going down to Bert's on a Wednesday. And he did the same food every Wednesday. On Wednesday, you know you're getting dumpling, sweet potato, and ackee and saltfish. His dumplings are about this size. They're literally the size of the plate and the potato. And the ackee and saltfish is in the dumpling like the dumplings the plate. But on Wednesday, you're getting that. You know what I'm saying? Saturday, you're getting Saturday's dinner, mutton and whatever. Sometimes they do chicken. And then on Sunday, you're getting Sunday dinner ready. So that's just what it was at Bert's house. So I know the area well. But where my man took us, I would never have believed it because he told us to jump out the car. And I'm like, here. And he was like, yeah, man, jump out the car, man, and just lick that door right there. And I'm like, this door, it's not even a door, you know. I was like, this thing here. And he was like, yeah, my cousin's looking at me and I'm looking at my cousin. I said, you sure? He said, yeah, man, knock the door, man. I'm going. So I said, all right. So I knocked the door. One little hatch come through. A man there looking at us. And I said, oh, Dalton sent us. So he's gone, just a grunt for one big dread round the back there of the door. Just a grunt, And he's opened up the door. And let us have looked at Dalton and Dalton said, go on. So when we looked in, there's this big, massive courtyard. This is what I'm trying to say. Like, I can't believe this is Newtown. Big, massive courtyard. And the man said, go up, so. That's all he said, go up, so. Where is so? It's like, say, this used to be like a horse stable place. So if you imagine, there's a court area in the middle. And then there's all these horse stable things all around. This square playground, if you like, this courtyard, and he's told us to go up. So go which so? Which one of these things are we supposed to go up? So he's just grunted at us again. So we don't want to ask the dread no more questions, you know, because the dread's serious. So we've just carried on walking. So we don't know where the fuck we're going. We're walking across this courtyard and we're heading in this direction. And when we're heading this direction, we've seen a man in the doorway where their lights are and we've gone through. And it's like, say, it is a stable thing because there's lots of liquor. When you go in and you start to go up this long corridor, as you're going up the corridor, there's loads of little rooms like where you would keep horses, but they've changed them into little rooms. You know what I mean? What the fuck is... There's men in this room, then there's women and men in this one, and everybody's looking at us like to say, who the fuck are these people? Because we look so out of place. This is like Jamaica. It looks like yard at the back of this place. Looks like Jamaica. It's smoked out. Weed is running. There's machetes on the table. There's blocks of weed, blocks of black. So they've got money out. They've got everything out. And then we're here. Who the fuck are we? It's such a scary experience. Anyway, we've got to the... No one ain't said nothing, you know. No one ain't said, yo, go up there. Dalton's in the car. Like, he's 10 minutes away from us right about now. on foot. So we've carried on and we got into the room and we've got to the end room along this fucking corridor walk of these fucking stables. And on the table there's the biggest machete knife, a blacker weed. When I say the blacker weed is like this, you know, it's this long and it's this thick on the table, yeah? As well as other things going on, you know, because, you know, it is what it is. So they're looking at us like this. Like, as we've got into this room, you know, I'm huddled next to Tasha. Tasha's next to me. We're touching each other because it's just us. It's right, just us in this motherfucking place with these motherfucking demons and these motherfucking drugs. You know what I'm saying? And the guys turn around and gone like to say, ooh, or something like that. And I've turned around and quickly said, oh. Because they're looking, you know, and the man's looking at our next man and the man's looking at our next man. And you can feel the energy rising. And I've gone, oh, Dalton sent us. So then they go, oh, everybody's just back now, you know, everybody's relaxed. All these men in the room are just, it's like everybody's leaned forward, you know, at this point. And when I've mentioned Dalton, everybody sat back and just relaxed and gone, no, see, no problem. The man's picked up the machete. And he's chopped down on the blacker weed, yeah. He's chopped down on the blacker weed, wrapped it up, give us the block and said, take that. No money exchange hand, you know. Nothing. No money exchange hand. I just said Dalton sent us. The weed got chopped up, wrapped up and given. We've come out of the room. We've had to walk past back all these people in these different rooms, back past the courtyard, back past the man on the door, the dread on the door, that's the lookout, you know, because nobody ain't getting in past this fucker. And then he's opened up the door and let us out. And when we've come out of there, we've jumped in the car and burst out laughing like, what the fuck, daughter? Where the fuck have you sent us in the middle of? Nobody never fucking knew who he was, you know. Everybody's looking at us. So me and my cousins going on and on in the car and Dalton's like, nah, man, you're safe, man. You know what I'm saying? From you with me, nobody ain't going to touch you. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling, even though he said that after, he never told us that before we went in. Because honestly, every room I would have been like, Dalton sent us. You know what I'm saying? I would have been like that, you know, just to make sure, you know what I'm saying? Because nothing about it felt safe whatsoever. So, anyway, we made it out of there. We jumped in the car. When we jumped in the car, that's when I've picked up the other Tasha, because Spirit has told me to pick her up. We've gone back to Dalton's house and we're sitting down in this checkered floor living room, yeah. But now in the living room, there ain't no altar or nothing like that. Everything's been cleared out and a bed, it's been set up for him, and it like the nurses have set up the living room like a bedroom. So it looks completely different. So it's given a false sense of security, yeah. So Tasha, Dalton is on the bed and the bed is by the door. And Tasha, as in my friend Tasha, is sitting opposite Dalton talking to him because Dalton wants to talk to her. But Spirit told me to do that. Spirit told me to sit her down in front of Dalton and watch how she behaves. It was like a test, but the test wasn't from me. The test was from Spirit. You know what I'm saying? So she sat there, and then on the table on the far side is where me and my cousin are sitting. So my cousin Melody is on one side. She's called Melody, yeah, but her name's Natasha. She's sitting on that side of the table and I'm sitting on this side of the table. Do you get what I'm trying to say? And we're smoking the weed, yeah? I don't even smoke weed, so I've took a few puffs and I'm already high, but the weed's giving us the giggles. it's like laughing weed. So we're just laughing, but the thing is, we're laughing. I ain't talking to her and she ain't talking to me, but we're laughing. But somehow I can hear her and she can hear me. We're having this new telepathic experience on the table, and we're putting it down to the weed, but at the same time, we're not even putting it down to the weed. It's just crazy that it's happening, that I can hear her talking without her talking, which happens, but it don't usually happen where the other person can hear me at the same time. So it's even more funnier. So as we're laughing and joking, I look up at the ceiling, and all of a sudden the ceiling starts to become like a mirror. And as the ceiling appears like a mirror, imagine you got mirrors on the top of the ceiling and you can see down, and the mirror is above the bed what Dalton's sitting on. And what I'm seeing in the mirror above the bed is different from what I'm seeing when I look in the room. Yeah, when I look in the room, I see Dalton sitting on the bed talking to Tasha, and I can hear him giving Tasha sweet talk and Tasha laughing, She ain't paying him no attention seriously, because I can tell by her laugh. But she's laughing at what he's saying. Yeah? But up in the sky, on the ceiling of these mirrors, I can see a Draco. I can see a Draco in the bed replacing Dalton. So Dalton looks like a human here, but in the mirror, he looks like a fucking beast. And as I'm looking at him in the mirror and he looks like a beast, the beast is getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. The beast is growing in size. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? I'm not talking to Tasha anymore. Yeah? I forgot about Tasha. I'm paying attention to this fucking demonic beast that is getting bigger and bigger, because I'm looking down and I'm looking up and I'm looking down and I'm looking up, and up and down don't match, but there's some fuckery going on with the up thing. So I start to feel a panic in me, like to say, this ain't right, get the fuck out of here, get the fuck out of here. Man's not you know, there was a false sense of security that my man's had a stroke, so he's vulnerable, he's frail, he's I don't know, like, you know, like he's had a stroke and he's not the same guy anymore. He can't move fast, he can't, you understand me? But no, I don't know if the time of him being in hospital, he's changed himself through his mental process, or this was him from day one. I don't know. All I know is that this beast is getting bigger and bigger, and my heart's starting to beat. I just get up. I get up off the chair right now. I've just jumped up off the chair when Spirit said, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out. I've jumped up off the chair and I've gone straight to the door. And I've gone to literally run to the front door. Run past Dalton, you know, like literally flown over Dalton. Because I have to pass Dalton and Tasha to get back out of this living room. Yeah, because me and Tasha are on this back table. Yeah. I've jumped over where they are and got out and come round and got to the front door. You see, as I've got to the front door and pulled on the front door handle, somebody has pressed up against me. When I've looked, it's fucking Melody. It's Tasha. Tasha's got her shoes in her blood clot hand and she's pressing up on me, trying to get me to open up that door quicker. Open up the door, I hear her say to me, which makes me even more scared because the door won't open. I've turned the hatch and the door won't open. I'm pulling at the door, forcing the door. She's pushing at me from behind and I'm pulling at the door from the front. And she's got her shoes in her blood clot chest, man. I don't even know where my shoes are. I don't even know where my shoes are at this point. All I know is I'm pulling on this blood clot door and this door ain't opening, and the fear of fucking God is in me, and the fact that Tasha is behind me trying to grind me from the back, trying to force out the door can't even open. You see, as I'm pulling on the door won't open, and I'm saying the door won't fucking open, and as I've said that, the door's just flung open on us. But because Tasha is so close to me behind me, I can't even get out the door to come out the door because Tasha's pushing on me from fucking behind. Do you understand me? You see, when I push back Tasha and open up the fucking, like, Tasha has to realise that she has to step back because the door's coming towards us to open. You know what I'm saying? But none of us are coming out, Tasha, unless you step back. You know what I'm saying? So Tasha's stepped back and I've opened up the door, and we've both run out the house and left the fucking front door open. We've run out the man's house and left the front door open. I've sat in the driver's seat, and Tasha's in the passenger seat. She's still got her fucking shoes in her hand on the seat. I don't know where my shoes are. And I'm holding on to the steering wheel. And I'm like, what the fuck? And Tasha's saying, what the fuck was that? She's seen what I've seen. We've had a telepathic experience. I'm thinking I'm having this one isolated experience of looking up and looking down, looking up and looking down. The reason why Tasha's straight away behind me is because she's seen what I fucking seen too. Whether that be through my eyes, because it's a telepathic thing, or she's seen it herself, I didn't even clarify on that one, to be fair. I just know from our conversations in the car, she's seen what I seen. Bearing in mind, I ain't told you that we've still left the other Tasha in the house. The other Tasha's still in the house with him, sitting down chatting. with the front door wide open. None of me, nor Tasha, is getting out of this blood clot car. Do you understand me? None of us are getting out of this blood clot car to get Tasha. We're just willing her out with our mind. We're just telling her, come on, Tasha, come on, Tasha, come on, Tasha. That's what we're chanting in the car. Come on, Tasha, come on, Tasha, come on, Tasha. Next thing you know, we see Tasha by the front door saying, okay, you take care, all right, bye, bye. like say she's on some French shit, you know. We're looking at Tasha like, come on, Tasha. You see when Tasha jumps in the car? Tasha's like, you guys are fuckery. How are you going to just leave me in the house like that? We're like, Tasha. I don't know if I'm laughing or crying at this point, you know, because when I say the fear of fucking God is still in me, and I'm saying, Tasha, I'm sorry. What kind of fuckery is that? You don't leave. I'm not that person, you know. I'm not gonna leave somebody behind, and especially when I've picked her up. That's the first time she's been in my man's house, you know. She don't know my man from nowhere. You know what I'm saying? I'm not about that life. I'm not gonna leave you in a house or leave you somewhere and you've come with me. I'm gonna say, yo, babe, we're going now. Come grab your stuff. Yeah, Dalton, take care. Let's go. That's what should have happened. So for Tasha to be pissed, because she was pissed that we just jumped up and left her, I'm telling you right now, she has every right to be pissed. She has every single right to be fucking pissed. You understand me? But when we were trying to explain to her, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're sorry, man, but this is what happened. She ain't gonna get what happened because she weren't a part of what happened. You know what I'm saying? She never really understood the severity of what happened. From her point of view, it was just fuckery that we both got up and run out the house and left her, and none of us never said, dog, you coming. I should have. I know that I should have, but that weren't even on my mind at the time, blood. That weren't on my mind. It was imminent safety, imminent danger. Get the fuck out of there. That's what I heard. Get the fuck out of there. And the fact that Tasha was right behind me, and the fact that the front door wouldn't open either, it was a life or death situation, and we needed to go right now. And we're in the car, shitting ourselves, willing Tasha out. Do you understand? So Tasha jumped in the car, like I said, and said bye and shut the door, and I drove and I dropped Tasha home. She weren't impressed with me whatsoever. But me and my cousin, when we got down to the nitty gritty of it, when Tasha got out the car, she saw everything I saw. She saw everything I saw, blood. Anyway, it wasn't long after that he died. You know what I mean? He died. He was no more. You know, so there weren't no weed man and there weren't no Dalton. But there was something that he said during the time when he was chatting to Tasha about water. Something about water. You know, but like I said, I cannot remember what it was. But again, if I found melody now, I bet you should sing it because we ain't never forgot about that experience, man. And when I say that these have been my experiences, you know, there's a lot of people that they're not who they claim to be, or they're not who they appear to be. There's so much more. We're not just this human out-facing meat suit. There's a lot going on, and there's a lot going on behind the scenes. And that's what I'm saying, that I see people in their real entirety. So this woman who I'm talking about, that I'm going to be in the Amazon with, I see the demon in her. I see this beast like fucking Draco in her, and I ain't got no time for it. So I'm going to be like water, and I'm going to be calm. But I'm also going to be like water and put you in your fucking place too. Because I never come here to play with these demons no more. And when I see you, I'm just going to call you out, because that is the gift that the Almighty has given me. That is my purpose on this planet, to call out these blood clot demons and make them run out of the blood clot people's body. You know how much people are just harboring demons with inside of them. That's why they say you have to talk the truth and shame the blood clot devil. Talk the truth and hit a blood clot demon. Hit a blood clot demon and kill it blood clot dead. And that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be talking a lot of truths. I'm going to be talking so much truth. I'm going to be talking so much stuff to just knock out a blood clot demon. Because I'm a demon slayer. I'm a 21st century demon blood clot slayer. Yeah, Buffy the blood clot vampire slayer. It's one of them ones. But with words, not swords and weapons and knives and stuff like that, and fucking garlic and fucking wooden fucking crucifix and all that bullshit. Nah. Just with the word alone, walking with the Almighty and the word alone. On my leg, the Almighty tattooed 228, saw the truth. I walk with the sword of truth, blood. And you see when this sword comes out, it just cutteth. Do you understand me? It just cutteth. And you see like Isis turns around and said, you know what? The knife that cutteth when name is utteth. So now you see anybody mentioning my blood clot name wherever you are, in your fucking yard, in your dream, in your blood clot sleep, there your mother yard, your father yard, you go, utter my blood clot name and watch if a knife don't come cut you blood clot dead. Yeah? The knife that cutteth when name is utteth. And that's who the fuck I am. Remember that.